due south.
Oh, hey everybody.
Yeah,
We're live now.
yay!
I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's excited. Normally we talk about KJ here at 7 p.m. and kind of look through her tweets and stuff, but I got arisen from my grave garbage can early because there's some nonsense going on, and I'm here for it. I'm here for this nonsense. Last time, Negative Exponents decided he was going to make a video and demand we all look at his information. I waited for him for 14 or 15 hours, not including the 2 weeks. Went in 2 different live streams that were completely unrelated. He swang in demanding I look at his evidence and then and look at what he had to say, and then he never said anything. So so now we're here. He's got a video premiering and I'm featured, and I'm thinking that maybe I should pull an Ethan Plays or a ProLib and send him a message saying, "Hey, the artist who did my picture wants you to take it down." Anyway, last time I made the mistake of doing it by myself. I'm not making that mistake this time, and I brought the crew. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing?
I think you meant the cult.
Oh, right. Sorry, the cult.
Yes, we can't the facts cult.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm going to say this once again. To me, this is not a cult. The game I'm in, the people I joined, that's a cult.
Yeah, you know,
not this shit.
Fair. All right, so does everybody want to introduce themselves while I get my tea started?
Hi, I'm Rez. I have nothing to do with any of this shit. I find it funny though.
Lord Burns. Yeah, I'm just here to watch the either the fireworks or eat some popcorn. Not sure which.
I'm Mickey. I'm here to watch this shitstorm launch dumpsters of fire everywhere.
I'm Present99, and I'm just the annoying German that's every time, everywhere.
Right, I'm Exploratory Minds, also in the YouTube chat. I've no idea what's going on. I just got the notification that Chesh went live, so here I am.
I'm Renegade Gaming. I'm Renegade Gaming. I don't know what's going on, so I don't care.
Go ahead, Al.
I already did.
Yeah, R&D.
And Intrigued Feline is here too.
I'm just hanging out. But they are muted.
Do you guys get your introductions out?
Yep.
Does everybody know who everybody is? Glorious.
Nope, we have
All
to
right.
go through it completely all again.
Do it all over again. To be fair, with the amount that these fuckers make us repeat ourselves over and over and over again about the same result, shit, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, as far as I'm concerned.
We're stuck in a time loop.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so the McCult. I did say we went Burger King and they went McDonald's. You know, whatever. Pick your poison. So I wanted to.
Cult?
This dude has like quite the description. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Chesh attempts to spin credibility back to the fraudulent fundraisers, insisting we owe everything to Reds, who was actually the person responsible for investigating both and getting to the truth. Unfortunately for Chesh, like always, we come bearing receipts. Like always, bitch, you didn't show up!
Like never.
Like always.
Like
never.
Other people.
Yeah, no, these guys never show up. Every single time. Actually, to be honest, we've been very nice to these people. We have been very nice in, like, every time they come with a claim, we offer to hear them out. We're like, what is it you have? Okay, what do you have? What is it you have to say? What do you got for us? Let's take a look at it and see what we see. And we take our time out of our busy days and go and look to see what they have to say and what's going on. And what do we get? Nothing! Yes, salt.
If you take a receipt that someone else discovers and you're like, I have a receipt, it's mine, and then you wait for the other person to release it, and then after the fact you're like, that was my receipt. It's like, how? How could anybody have known that?
Is it the meme of here, I made this. You made this? I made this.
Yeah, that's negative exponent's entire existence in a nutshell.
I mean, at least he admits that Rez did all the investigation. Literally every lie she told was followed with evidence of the truth. Okay. Yes, this is a little long, but I felt it was more important to be as thorough as possible. If he cancels his premiere because he notices I'm live, I'm going to die. I will open that door right there, that door behind me. I will open that door, and I will throw myself down some stairs for you guys on camera.
If it cancels, it's going to be premiered like 2 weeks from now at a time when nobody's online.
And nobody can. Oh, like,
you can't open the door, Chesh.
oh shit! If I open the door, that means they can get me. God. Alright.
They're like vampires, you have to let them in.
I've provided a playlist with links to every resource used in the production so viewers can watch source videos themselves and reach logical decision using reach a logical decision using facts, not rhetoric. Okay. This will probably be my last full-length project for a while.
Project?
Is this compared to his date day with JM Truth?
No, you know what that is? That's him pulling the ripcord before he's even jumped out of the plane.
Yeah,
before interpretations become facts.
Yeah, this is definitely listen, after I address all this, after I make this video, I'm not gonna do anything or address anything after the fact.
Yeah.
He's giving himself an out.
His out was a cop-out.
Oh, yo. Savage? Fair? Alright. Got him. The current plan is to put out short clips just for fun about anything and everything. Don't worry, no plans on making sovereign citizen videos anytime soon. Alright, let's look at the playlist. So this is the source. Oh, sorry, he only added one playlist. This is the source playlist. This just goes to YouTube. the source is YouTube.
There's one of my videos there.
Yeah.
Upload it today.
Yeah, 2 hours ago. This is my home screen. So, what? He copied the playlist wrong. It didn't actually complete. He didn't complete the copy.
Oh, well done, negative. Give you a little clap.
He copied and copied. That's why the ellipses looks like white dots. He didn't actually copy and paste it properly. Okay, vote, chat, we need to know. Vote in the chat and in the Discord while I finish making my tea. Do you think he copy and pasted that on purpose so people couldn't actually follow the link? Or do you think that it was an accident and he just flubbed it? Vote in the chat. 1, if you think it was an accident. 2, if you think he did it on purpose.
It's an accident. He's that dumb. He doesn't check his shit, just splurts it out.
So
what's that thing? Hanlon's razor?
This is Mr. Serious. Hello, everyone. Of course I'm here. But is his ineptitude accidental or on purpose? Oh, what a mystery. His ineptitude is always there. It's like, what is it? Schrodinger's ineptitude.
Oh, no, I like that. Schrodinger's ineptitude.
I changed my camera. There you guys, perfect picture for this.
You're very quiet, Nikki.
It's low. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just mining salt. Okay, so we've also got Unirock crying here. Leave Kyle alone, please.
I like the title of the video. It's rewriting history. That's a very Unirock thing, and they all like to regurgitate Unirock's bullshit.
People are saying too.
Thing. No matter what the truth actually is, somebody's rewriting it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've got another. We've got an additional purposefully inept. Oh.
I don't know. I tend to hand Lens Razor for like even people I know are deliberately dishonest because people are usually dumb before they put forethought into something.
And just so you guys are aware, so we get that on screen also, he's in subscribers only mode. Just so you know. Anybody who cares and finds that information relevant.
That's okay. Steve does that, so.
I think it's like super duper situational, right? Not that any of us ever fucking show up over there, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like maybe the second time I've looked at something on this guy's stream. Oh, guys, I have a question for everybody. What are the odds we get, what are the odds that we get comments in the chat saying, we don't ever look at all the evidence?
Very good.
Oh, 100%.
Alright. Well, it might be in the comment section below.
Wait, is that Menace? Menace is in his chat, so we're going to see lots of comments with 0 IQ. That'll be
Yay.
fun.
Yeah, that's starting off with a 0 IQ comment.
I don't know who's dumber at this point, negative exponents or menace to sobriety. It's hard to tell.
Menace.
I don't know, I kind of like...
Anything
I kind of like Menace's comment.
multiply by 0, you get 0, so...
I kind of like Menace's comment. If this video upsets you, then I suggest you have your Kool-Aid tested for hallucinogenics. What?
Well, I'm drinking
Maybe
coffee.
not
Not
As he turns
Kool-Aid.
around and drinks from the Kool-Aid.
Maybe negative exponents is actually the real hint of this real IQ.
Yeah.
Well, you can move a negative exponent from one part of a fraction to another and make it positive.
Well, IQ is supposed to measure the ability to learn new things, and these dumb fucks ain't learning anything at all.
Should there be a
it's pretty-
scale based on Chesh's IQ where like the Kelvin scale? So like
I'm 0.
Everything is like so every other IQ, if it's 0, it's actually minus 62.
Have you ever seen somebody who's like belligerently stupid?
Yes.
That's Menace. Like it's amazing. Like you can tell
Yeah.
him like, hey, you being a criminal and doing this, like it so like destroys the point you're trying to make. It demolishes it absolutely in every way, shape, and form. And then he like quadruples down on his point. And it's like,
No, you're right. He is.
what is happening? Like I do not have enough. There's not enough palms in this city for me to facepalm enough.
Facepalm inception.
I have no idea how long this video is even gonna be. Like, he said feature length. Right, this is gonna be an hour. Oh, we're not even gonna be able to put it in like fast mode. Rough.
Isn't feature length like 80 minutes or something?
Well, if we riff enough, then enough time will pass where you can like turn on the double speed mode, so the actual time spent watching it can be less than the actual time that it is.
The dream is real.
Wasn't Titanic 3 hours?
Yes, right?
Wait, Chesh, why isn't your chat on subscriber only?
Because I don't give a shit.
Oh. I mean, there must be a reason why his is and yours isn't. I was just wondering what the difference was.
Oh, we got, hold on, we got a picture for, I'm gonna open the link here. Here we go. So this is when Steve and I were doing the Hangout updating on Non Sequitur Show stuff. Menace had said, oh, it's kind of hard for you guys to see, isn't it? There we go. Chesh actively engaging in character assassination. This is their go-to for anyone who speaks out against them, especially someone I highly respect and admire simply because he is upset this person rode out quietly. one of the many he used to name drop in order to look respected. Chesh, and then this is in response to Menace saying, Chesh lies again. Ask her for evidence of this. There is none. There is a blatant lie. I have never been involved in domestic violence, never been charged with any form of DV, nor have I claimed I have been charged with DV. She's flat out lying here. Dude, you're the one who said it on Twitter.
You forgot
Menace,
the
pick
exclamation
a
point.
fucking lane and stick with it. You know? Sorry, somebody else talking.
Sorry, Nikki, go ahead.
Please.
Did we lose Nikki?
I
Whoa! Oh, that was loud as hell.
Oh, he's gone live.
I like how it took YouTube like 7 years to change the intro. You know, only like 6.5 years too long.
Something like that. At least that's
It's
one
for every
thing
member on the
everybody
committee
can
that approves it.
agree on. Even if you hate Steve and you hate me or whatever, everybody agrees that nobody likes the YouTube start music. Helios in the chat says
I
you have
like
to
it,
have a
actually.
character for it to be assassinated. Savage? Jesus.
Our truth.
It sounds like singing kittens or something.
Oh, somebody
I don't
said...
know.
Somebody in a live chat said I should wear a hat or something. I'll go get a hat. I got a hat. Hold on. I'll get one.
You
I got time.
can speed up. You can actually make it go faster, even though it's a premiere.
I like
It will
the
speed it up a
YouTube
little bit.
art music.
But it actually makes the music
Really.
sound different, and that's how I survive it.
There we go.
Oh, we're gonna have an overly inflated intro.
I like that he ripped
Like all
off from
these.
behind the curve. You can tell he's been hanging out with JM Truth. I got my Timo hat. Or I got... Should I wear two hats?
Okay. Nate, you didn't stop shit. None of you guys stopped shit. Oh my god.
I guess I should copyright strike him. That's my video.
If it stopped, why was your crew not shut the fuck up about it?
Unless he's running commentary. Just playing your
How
stuff.
does... Okay,
He's got the chat window on top of it. That's about it.
involved in this? Steve had nothing to do with these fundraisers. I will grant that both of these fundraisers took place on Red's Rhetoric's channel, but there's a nice, neat little detail in there that is that
Oh,
Reds
that
wasn't
video.
there. Reds was not there. He gave
A little bit louder.
2 other people to handle when these fundraisers
Yeah,
were
it's
run.
pretty quiet.
For Ilya, it was
There we go.
Bull. That working on.
Oh, look
Sure.
who's here. Look who's here.
No, don't look away, quick! Don't look who's here! Oh god!
Oh,
Get the mirrors out!
oh,
Yeah, look
God.
who's here!
Yeah, he called in,
Hello,
but he
Red.
wasn't there.
God.
He's
Wow, are we pausing already? Yes, Red's Rhetoric called in. If I'm not mistaken, he called in on both of them. He didn't run them on his channel. The fact that Reds had to be let in the video debunks what he's saying. Oh no! If Reds was running it, why did Bull have to let him into the call? Oh no!
you can't just come into a chat like that. Even when it's your own channel.
Warning next time, please.
I was about to say, I kind of own this place. I want to quickly come on and say thank you all for donating, and I just want to reaffirm that if all you can do is super chat, if for some reason the link is not working, I did see that complaint. I do want people to know that 100% of the super chats will go to Ilya, so don't worry if you can't go in through the GoFundMe. Please do if you can. That way we don't have to
It's
wait for
really
YouTube's
rough when the
processing, but
video you're
any super
playing
chats, all super
debunks
chats,
the
they
thing
will
you're
go to
trying
Ilya,
to
and
say in
thank you
it.
so much for donating. And with that, I am going to have to leave. Ilya,
Just
you're a
thinking the
fighter,
same
and we
thing.
love you. So take care, people. Bye-bye.
And
Oh my God,
Bull
he was there, though.
I believe Team Skeptic, but I have to double check on that one.
So,
Well, so the question was, whose idea was the fundraiser?
It was Jared and Rez to get a permanent solution, so it wouldn't be just continuous fundraising.
That's
So
not
I was
running it.
Somehow able to find a job where I was.
Now, when they approached you with the fundraiser idea, what was the idea? What
I'm
was
impressed.
the goal of the fundraiser?
Was to be able to get out of the lease and not get sued, which obviously that didn't happen, and go down to some place where I actually had a job offer.
Well, hang on a second. So by getting out of the lease, what you mean is you were to take that money and pay. You were trying to buy out your lease.
Initially, yes.
Okay.
And we'll get to that.
So, like, there's a lot of people who try to loop me into the Sean Hufford stuff. I didn't fucking have anything to do with that.
I don't know what's going on. This isn't like this has so little.
Oh, I'm a fool. I level 3'd that trundle.
Like,
I'm an idiot.
What you're talking about in the slightest.
Why did I make that trundle
before we
level
get
3?
Too far down that fight. Did you know about like what's going on with Sean and the donation pool going on?
Yes. Yeah, I was on the stream.
No, what's going on with the fraud? Negative. Oh my god.
It was like 4 hours long, I think. Are you doing anything for the drive, or are you?
Oh, Theo's
I know I'm in the drive.
What do you mean by the drive? Just to try and push it forward a bit more?
No, like the tier rewards. Like, are you part of the rewards?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be in the
this
calendar.
live. No shit.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
July. Yeah, I said I'd be July.
Get fucking
Yeah,
good
we were talking about doing the calendar. Hell yeah.
But at least we're adding commentary.
If only dudes had an official.
I know, right?
I'm pretty sure my
No, he's trying
to.
to. I'll pause it for a second. He's trying to juxtapose the different situations to be like, oh look, Chesh was involved with the fundraiser. That's not what I was saying. I meant I was not involved with what was going on in the background.
No, you didn't.
I was around to promote it. I knew it was happening. I wasn't doing the research in the background, but you know, it doesn't surprise me that none of these morons know.
Hold up, Chef.
Yeah.
Someone named Insidious Vids, keyword on the name here, said Steve always with the gross humor.
Hey Al. Misha Griffith just had the balls to show up into my channel.
Oh my god.
What did you say? That's interesting. Misha, are you here to live out your revenge fantasy? It's okay. I'll wait. She asked stealing content ? Apparently, them playing clips of me is fine, but me watching their video and commenting on it.
I was about to say.
That's stealing.
No.
now.
I got the perfect thing for this. Okay, then I want you to go to Team Skeptics channel, Fight the Flat Earth channel, and every other Flat Earth Debunkers channel and tell them the same bullshit.
Is this that PhD lady who makes all people with PhDs look bad by putting PhD next to her name?
She's one of them. She's in here saying that I should be doing the premiere after because I'm stealing viewers from Negative. No, I'm boosting Negative and what Negative has to say right now.
Misha, go take PhD off your Twitter handle and leave us alone. Have a good day.
He's less than 1,000 subs, so he's not monetized. Funny that.
Okay, what's there to steal? All right, I hit play. What a joke.
I just don't know what the tier levels are.
Actually, before I hit play, oh look, you mean I'm saying I don't know what the tier levels are because I didn't know? Because that wasn't what I was doing? Oh, weird. Okay, so interestingly enough, I don't want to move on from Misha yet because this is far more interesting that she actually had the balls to show up in here after shitting on victims and then after like shitting on everybody. So Misha, why don't you tell everybody what you gotta say? Why don't you tell everybody what you gotta say about Kyle? I can wait.
Fucking appropriate.
Ink Boy, that's a good thing.
I like how she's in here commenting on stealing content while we're providing commentary over a video that has nothing but clips taken from others with no commentary. The fuck is wrong with you stupid bitch? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That is
Funny
kind
how
of
hypocrisy is just so blatant.
That is a level of dissonance that is actually pretty impressive.
When someone like Misha Griffith can get a PhD, I'm inclined to say that means PhDs mean diddly squats.
Is there a difference between
Holy
PhDs
fuck.
in America and PhDs in other countries? Like, is there need to be a caveat on there?
Probably.
Apparently you can get a PhD by going through your entire life by typing not one thing smart in your entire life somehow. I guess that's how it works.
Or they get it from a, what they call it, a PhD farm, a diploma farm.
Yeah.
Remember when Kyle missed his day in court, and the judgment went to default, and then Misha said something like, "I'm pleased you're getting your day in court, Kyle," after he already missed it, when there was that appeal?
You never invited me on to defend, and you never invite me on to defend myself, so I don't generally bother. I have already stated I have not supported Kyle. Do you want to come on?
You wouldn't
Demonstrate
be here
that
because you don't have the balls.
Do you want... What?
Demonstrate that you don't know what's going on without demonstrate that you don't know what's going on.
Right.
Literally everything you post.
Do you want... Apparently we're jealous. Do you want to come on, Misha? You can come on. You can come on and say what you have to say. I'm more than happy to hear you out in explaining yourself. Tell you what. Don't come on right now. You can unblock me on Twitter or whatever. Or, never mind, forget Twitter. My Discord is available on the video where I spent 6 hours waiting for your buddy Unirock to not show up to a call that he demanded I do with him so he could ask me questions. Go to that video, grab my Discord handle, add me on Discord, we will set up a time. Or, we'll both unblock each other on Twitter, and we'll do it publicly, and we'll adjust a time, and you're more than welcome. You can come on. You can come on and we'll have a conversation one-on-one. It'll just be the two of us.
Misha, this isn't court. I mean, what did you get a PhD in? Like, what are you smart in anything, Misha? I'm out of curiosity.
The smallest violin.
I'm a high school dropout, and I'm banging my head on my desk right now.
In America, people get rights to be heard in court. Yes, and what happens when you don't show up?
Then you lie and you commit fraud and you falsify documents.
You waive those rights. Kyle had the right to show up to court. He chose not to. Now he's being forced. This is amazing. Please hit me up on Discord or hit me up on Twitter. Go for it.
I'm so glad I stopped playing my game, which is still running.
Yeah.
Just to be here and look at the shit storm that is throwing dumpsters of fire everywhere. Oh my god, it is so fucking awesome.
Seriously, Misha, I wish you would take PhD off your name on Twitter. Please we want PhDs to be looked at as intelligent. Please take it off your name. Please.
I think it's too late for that. Looking at PhDs.
Intrigued Feline was kind enough to... Intrigued Feline was kind enough to give Misha the link to the video where my Discord is. Alright, let's hit play. Let's see what more... how negative exponents is going to clip two things together of me being consistent.
Tier goal, I believe I'm doing a bikini shoot.
Everybody got their money back?
Yeah, I actually did that bikini shoot, by the way. It just never saw the light of day, sadly. I don't know what happened to those pictures.
Because of Reds, right? If we recall, the person who did the investigation was Reds, and the person who got Ilya to go back and give all the money through GoFundMe was Reds, and the person who put their own money on the line to make sure Sean paid everybody back who felt that they ought to be paid back for was also Reds.
There's a clip of Reds.
Oh, we're not gonna play the second half of that clip where I was like, hey Nate, are you gonna put your money on the line? You're gonna put your wallet on the line to make sure people get paid back from Kyle? No? Of course not. So let's see what this actually says. It's too bad I don't have closed captioning, but Sly said, interesting because the money wasn't can't see. The landlord was, it was raised for Sean, ellipses, can't see if there's anything else. Reds then says, at the time of the fundraiser, I bet not one person gave a fuck about the landlord. They wanted to help Sean. Yeah, right. He's saying that people didn't donate to the landlord. They donated to Sean. They wanted to help Sean. And even if every penny was given to the landlord, it still wouldn't have been enough. So still fucked on rent and no food. Neat. Yes, it's people retroactively saying how Sean ought to have spent the money.
I got a question for Mr. Sirius. Yeah. Mr. Sirius, when are you ever really truly serious?
I'll put like a /S after like a comment I make, and that's
/S for serious instead of sarcastic.
I just want Insidious Vids to know.
No, he's serious when he does this.
Oh no.
Order 66.
/S. Misha said, not our problem. We gave Kyle, him being Kyle, the opportunity to be in court. No, you didn't. You didn't do anything, so no. Steve suing Kyle is what gave him his opportunity in court. He chose not to attend. Correct. He was busy. Not our responsibility to carry him to the courtroom. Sure, but it is your responsibility when you are encouraging his shit behavior. So where is that line?
It wasn't that he didn't show up. It's that he didn't show up because he wasn't in the right headspace.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't in the right headspace. So what put him in the wrong headspace?
His headspace was wrong for fulfilling a legal obligation to not have it go into default.
Right.
Oh, negative. You are really drinking the fucking Kool-Aid over there, aren't you?
No, is he not?
I mean... Alright, so let's hear what they have to say about what issue there is with what Red said here.
Listen to AT2's Jared's Veterans Hangout.
Oh yeah, I listened to that too.
Red was reading a live chat from somebody, and I'm paraphrasing now, saying I think there's a clip floating around of this as well.
I can't.
I don't think anybody should be paid back. It was given to Sean, and we shouldn't be doing refunds. And Red
yeah, that's
was
his
annoyed.
opinion. That doesn't mean he didn't do it anyway.
Other people would think like that too.
Really? Wait, so someone in the live chat is saying, you know what? I don't think anybody should get paid back. And Red's the guy who helped do the scam, right? To help him commit the scam.
The scam that doesn't exist, yes.
Agrees that nobody should be paid back.
Okay,
Greg knows he's lying.
What? Really? Shocking. Go elaborate, please. Go for it.
He knows who Reds is. He knows what Reds did.
Oh, of course he does.
He knows that Reds helped to uncover what was actually happening and not perpetrating it. If he had any evidence that Reds had, he would have already released that because that's what he thrives on. And he hasn't done that, so he doesn't have it.
Right. So we've got a situation where they're saying
it's
that
all by implication. It's entirely implication.
Well, that and it's saying that Reds has an opinion, but behaved contrary to his opinion to make sure because he was considerate of the way other people might feel about the situation. And they're saying that he's wrong for doing that.
Hey, Chesh, if someone posts a scientific paper and you're going to critique it, but you immediately, and you get the transcript of it as it comes out line by line, and you counter it as it's transcribed, is that stealing that paper's content? If you're making a critique of it as it happens?
Allegedly.
Apparently. Especially if you spend more time than the actual content itself critiquing the content. That's that must also be stealing.
I'm curious as to why Misha is trying to hide what Negative Exponents video is from me and my audience. I don't know why she doesn't want us to view it.
Oh, I wonder. /S.
I'm gonna hit play.
And annoyed.
And he's annoyed that they had. Somebody send me that fucking clip.
Let me read something from the live chat. To quote my tweet, my donation was a gift for Sean to do as he pleased. That's the true intention of a gift. If he wanted to take the $20 bill and light a match to it, good, it's his $20 bill. Thank you, first of all, and
yeah, so that's somebody saying that they don't want their money back. They wanted to help Sean. They don't feel like they were scammed or ripped off or anything, and so light the money on fire for all they care.
I gotta point this out. Mr. Unite for the Children, Team Skeptic doing what's right. Do we need to pull the clip up where he threatened people? I still have that saved on my Google Drive.
Yeah, I mean, we could pull that up if we needed to.
Is he trying to use Red saying that as an example of like fraud apologetics or something?
Well, he's
because one person had an interaction.
No, there's kind of a weird, like, we're starting to do this, like, Inception, where they're going to try, like, they're trying to say, me saying that Reds did the investigation and made sure everybody got their money back is wrong because Reds read a super chat that he agreed with that people paid off Sean, like, paid money to Sean to help Sean however he needed that help. it wasn't the specifics that people initially gave the money for. They gave the money to help him because he was in a bad position, right? So they're saying that Reds' opinion, that it's not fraud, and that he thinks it's stupid and ridiculous that we're having this conversation to begin with, like his opinion, even though he's still going out of his way to do that. They're saying that him saying that is indicative of what I said was untrue, that Reds did the work to make sure that they got their money back. So there's like a little bit of an inception going on here, because you forget the context in which they're saying this, right? So they're saying that me saying that Reds is the one who did a bunch of the work, all of the work, to get the money back by making Ilya go to GoFundMe and by putting his own money on the line to make sure that Sean could pay all the money back, right? Because Reds went out of his way to be like, listen, Sean's going to pay everybody back, but if there's a difference, I'm going to put my own wallet on the line to make sure that that happens. So if there's any difference that needs to be made up, or if Sean needs more time to get money or whatever, I'm going to do that, but this is the last thing I'm doing for Sean. Oh, hey, look, it's Crafty! Maybe we should pull up that fucking clip of
Yeah, I think maybe we should. Do you want me to link or get the video for you, Josh?
I mean, I've got it. I can just go to my own channel.
Yeah, let's pull that up. Let's pull that up. So
you want to pull that up? All right, I'll pull that up. It's that the question is because there's no commentary on this. There's no like, oh, let me explain to you why this is a problem. I'm just going to play you this clip, which then leads to this clip, which then leads to this clip, which doesn't, there's no looping back. You're left to fill in the blanks yourself, which is kind of just what these people do.
I mean, to be fair, we could hold this off because I want to make sure we have a record of her in the chat and see if she does anything stupid.
Mentality.
You too, Golden Unicorn. You don't think...
Oh, it's loading. I mean, the live chat's there. I mean, it is possible that negative exponents will private this video afterward out of embarrassment.
You would hope so. That's
Boy says, hey look, Chesh is streaming. Play that stream and steal content from yourself. I know, he's playing clips of me.
Know about you and the University of... You don't think I know about you? You don't think I know where you work right now? Keep fucking promoting.
Is exactly the mentality that
done to have their lives ruined. Well, I've just gone to...
because of.
What have Manya and 82 ever done to have their lives ruined? Well, I've just gone through it.
Right, they say, okay, well, this person...
Manya, guess what? In your profile, you talk about self-harm and self-depression and this and that. Well, how about not fucking promoting doxing people and you won't get fucking dealt the shit you're about to be dealt with? These are all threats. Yes, I will give you these threats. I'm holding people back right now that want to fucking ruin both of your lives. Ruin your lives. I'm holding them back.
That's the mentality that
stand-up guy.
Well, guess what, Jared? I know where you work. I know where you live. All that. You want me to put out to my crowd the piece of shit you are? You want me to put out your job? You want me to put out everything about that? Yeah, the info was passed to me. You want me to do that?
Smurley's
I think we
face.
kind of dot, and he smiles about it. Yeah. Just,
Oh, he looks so like self-satisfied,
dirty,
being like,
shitty brain. Fucking dickhead. Seriously, no.
Misha Griffith asked in the chat, my PhD was a matter of pride for McRae when I was on his shows. Why was that? How much money have you made off super chats, etc. from my appearances? Nothing! Steve made nothing! Steve has made nothing from that channel, you idiots! Zero! It's fucking nothing! He's gone to court over it! How do you not know this? All right. Sorry, I was like caught up in the reasonableness of the first question, which was totally unreasonable, but I can understand where it was coming from, and then I got lost in the second half. They had me in the first half, damn it. So let me answer the first half, because that's the important part. But it's not, but that's the part that I can not, like, explode my brain over, because that was probably the dumbest thing I have read in a while. Steve, how much money did you make off that channel that you made no money off of because of me? Okay. Alright. Okay, my PhD was a matter of pride for McRae when I was on his show. Why was that? Because you weren't being a shithead and undermining your fucking PhD with your garbage behavior. That's why. You're welcome. Short answer. Second answer. Second half. Are you fucking stupid? Are you real? For real? How much money did Steve make off of Super Chats off of you? None. That's the whole point of the court case.
And I can answer the next question that you asked her. Is she fucking stupid? Well, given recent evidence, I would have to say the answer would be yes. Yes,
and if Misha's going to claim that she got nothing from being on Non Sequitur Show, I'm going to laugh at her. Because that's just stupid and hilarious.
That is. I was on Non Sequitur there many times. I was on After Show and Great Debate Community at least 8 times. And he did get those Super Chats. Oh.
No, he didn't.
He wouldn't have gotten anything. He wouldn't have gotten anything from any of the after shows unless it was on the Great Debate Community channel.
All that money went to Kyle.
The Great Debate Community didn't. The Great Debate Community did go to Steve.
It's funny how spite comes out at certain points in people. It just, you know what I mean?
It's funny how Misha seems to only give a shit about money.
And is spiteful about getting something out of somebody else getting nothing.
Yeah, because that's all that we're on here for, is just money.
Steve got
you
nothing.
You would think that if they worried about money so much, they would want, like, Steve get their money back, isn't it?
Hi, Manya.
Hey, Manya.
Hey! I just stopped by for like 10-15 minutes before I go back to work. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I was just like wondering, like, Misha was talking about money, and it's very Shesh made a very good observation that, like, or was it Shesh or someone in here who said, oh, for Misha it's always about money.
Yeah, that was true.
Like, it's funny, like, she's very concerned that Steve made money off her, but she doesn't seem to care that Kyle made money off Steve. Rules for thee, but for not
I don't know
me.
if she is trying to appeal to emotion with me, but Chesh and I were on 2 shows at the same time. Remember that? Yeah, I remember being on shows with you. I remember actually enjoying your presence and having fun and talking about working on some kind of Jordan Peterson thing together until you went completely apeshit. I don't think I would ever want to work with you ever again at this point, because I don't know what the hell's gonna hair trigger you to flip-flop like a crazy cray. I don't get more tea, guys.
It's like they want to misrepresent their bad behavior as them criticizing Steve or something like that. Bad behavior is bad behavior. Don't try to mask it as, oh, we were criticizing Steve and that's why we got kicked off.
I'm just wondering if this is like spite born of something related to like a sunk cost fallacy, where she thinks she wasted all of her time and regrets being on a show with Steve because she doesn't like Steve now. Therefore, she's, validated and feels, fine because other people are validating her behavior, just because of, I don't know, spite for some reason.
Are you saying that
because she lost out on that money? If you want to make money, Misha, use your degree to do something that's relevant to your field and write, another book or something. Write a book for your field. Don't waste your time on YouTube channels then.
I made nothing from any of... Oh, she did! Yeah. Oh my god, Al, she did.
Other people making money off of you.
Al, she did. I made nothing from any of my appearances except exposure. Not that I needed it because I already have a real job. She said the thing! I didn't make money off of any of my appearances.
So you just mitigated your own point. You just destroyed your own point.
So what's the point again? Sorry.
Well, okay. We're getting a little bit just detracted here because you noticed that she didn't answer. No, I don't care about negative. Fuck negative. He's boring. He undermined his own point in the first 10 minutes. But okay. Misha didn't actually address my question. Because you recall, she called getting justice through the legal system revenge fantasy? Which is the question I asked. She hasn't addressed that at all.
Yeah, making sure Kyle is held for the warrant that's out for his arrest when he gets arrested for something. That's a fantasy. Fulfilling the law in a timely manner is a fantasy.
It's not even timely at this point.
It was made to be timely by Kyle's own mistake by attacking his, significant other, allegedly.
She confuses just regular, dumb language that Steve uses when that's catharsis. I mean, that's use that as your word of the day, Misha. Go open up a dictionary and look it up.
She thinks that victims should not feel vindicated. She thinks that victims should not feel catharsis when the people who wrong them are held to the standard of law through legal means. There was nothing that was done illegally on Steve's end. So Steve, who is the victim of... Well, Steve is who is the victim of Kyle in this case, is wrong to feel vindicated or elation when the perpetrator, the aggressor, the person who created the victim is held responsible for their actions through the letter of the law, right? Misha says...
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, please.
When she says you don't get blood from the legal system, she makes herself sound like she's so dumb she doesn't know what catharsis is. So that's why I'm saying, hey, Misha, go look up what catharsis is, because when you say shit like that, you make yourself look really fucking stupid. And then, so go take PhD off of your Twitter handle, go look up the word catharsis, know what catharsis is, and stop saying dumb shit like that, okay?
It just means you don't know what the word means. It's never, the money is part of it, but you notice the person who made it about money and then is complaining about money this entire time has been Misha.
Yes.
We've all been the thing that we've all been talking about, because we don't, the money's a side note in that it matters
is the vindication.
It matters in reconciliation or punitive. It matters in that Kyle needs to pay Steve. If you want the justice to mean anything, that's part of it. You can't deny that there's money involved, right? Because it would be very, very difficult to sue somebody over something that has zero value in like a dollar amount. But on top of that, Steve has said from the beginning, the money is part of it, but that's not the main reason he's doing it. And you'll notice the main thing that all of us talk about, the main thing, not the only thing, but the main thing that we all talk about is the fucking show. People want the channel back. People want the show back. It's not just Steve. It's not just Boole. It's not just me. It's not just Reds. It's everybody that's in this fucking hangout and most of the people that are in the side chat.
Can I just point out too that every time Misha Griffith and people like her say shit like, "Oh, revenge fantasy,"
it's because it's what they would do.
I bet you all the money I have ever earned, she's actually talking about herself. She's the one with the revenge fantasy. She's the one that cares about the money more than anything else. It's clear with the way she presents herself. With all
that's how she came into this chat, is talking about the money.
There's another thing too, right? This is not the way somebody who wants reconciliation behaves. This is not like if she wanted reconciliation and she wanted to be acknowledged for her point or acknowledged as like somebody who cares about the situation. This is not the way you behave. This is not the way you react. This is not the way you come in. This is going to be described later as, oh my god, look at how they all jumped on Misha as soon as she came in. Yeah, because there's a history there. We've talked about it. She called us, she basically said we're all out for revenge against Kyle because we hate him and justice is meaningless. Keep in mind that Steve and Boole are not the only two victims of Kyle. Not even including Ben and his other boyfriend that got the shit kicked out of him. The people who watched the show and donated were also victims of Kyle's fraud on the Non Sequitur Show fans. We've been talking about the fraud that that Kyle was a part of when it comes to fraudulent documents, his bullshit fundraiser, but we haven't really talked too much since then about how Kyle presented to the fans as if he was giving that money to Steve. It was presented as if it was going towards the show and going towards both of them, right?
If Misha
And
liked
it
Unirock so
didn't.
much, she should listen when Kyle was interviewed by Unirock and he admitted the things at the beginning that he had completely lied about. Not having a lawyer, not having a CPA, you know, the misappropriation of funds, all of it. He said that and he just dismissed it like no big deal.
See, here's the thing.
Go watch that.
And see, what did I tell you? I have been attacked several times on air by Steve and Chesh, and I have ignored it. What retribution? Retribution is talking about the court case, Misha. It's talking about the court case.
When she has no idea what's going on with it, she just takes someone's opinion.
Well, I have a question for Misha. Have you read the court documentation? This is just a yes or no question, because now I want to know. Have you read yourself? Have you read the court documentation? Yes or no? Have you read any of it? Any single piece of it? Not heard about it, not listened to somebody else talk about it or listen to somebody else read it. Have you read any piece of it at all? Yes or no? It's just a yes or no. I because this is absurd. Why would we ever entertain somebody having an opinion about a court case that they haven't even looked into? It's absurd.
And the reason why this is important is because you like to put PhD next to your name, so your opinions actually carry some kind of weight, whether or not it should or not.
Some of it.
Or which part?
They carry a broad intellectual weight, yes.
Yes.
Broadly intellectually weighted, and then in her specific field is where she actually has, you know, a modicum of weight in her particular field, in her focus.
So she's read some of it. So Misha, which part did you read and what did it say? Which part did you read? How long ago
Or the depositions.
Or the depositions. Well, the depositions are in the docket, so I'm very, very like this is a like I'm tired of shit flinging. I have questions. Because like if you wanted, let's take this as in the most charitable way possible, and Misha actually wants to resolve whatever her issue is finally after months of shit flinging at us. And you've decided to have the audacity to come in here like you've got the fucking moral high ground of some kind, and that everybody in here is wrong for being upset about Kyle and getting a bit of a giggle out of negative exponents making an idiot of himself by showing contradictory... basically, actually, not even... he's presenting at two things as if they're contradictory, but they're actually consistent, which is kind of weird. But... what part of the lawsuit did Misha read? Because she said she read some of it, but she's coming in here as if she knows everybody's motivations and what's going on. So what part was read? Like which docket?
She's deliberately ignoring the question.
Give me a. It's okay. Give her a minute. Give me a. It doesn't have to be the exact. I don't expect you to know like the exact line and verbatim, but because that would be absurd. I don't expect you to like remember that off the top of your head. I'm not expecting you to remember the docket number, but was it at the beginning? Was it at the end? Was it in the middle? Was it Kyle's letter of compliance? Like what part did you read?
Or was that answer a lie?
And Astronomy Live said that negative exponents blasted blasted your real name in Discord DMs and then lied to my face about doing it. He's anything but trustworthy. Oh yeah, I mean who's gonna trust negative exponents? Like his big claim to fame within like the debunk community was him just trolling and bullshitting the fuck out of JM Truth. Which, as much as I was like, it was funny. I can't deny that it was funny.
Yeah, it's kind of like a long con or something.
Josh, I'm sorry, but I'm using your Discord right now to capture certain things said in chat.
Oh, I don't mind. Go for it. Do it up. Min is clarifying for Misha that supposedly Steve actually wanted blood it would be done through the legal through the system of law, not vigilante justice. I think you perhaps read too much into his statement. Yeah, it was never.
So suddenly, Misha was just talking about Greek tragedies, and now suddenly she doesn't understand poetic language and wants to interpret everything literally.
Well,
that'd be great. That'd be great to go find a tragedy from ancient Greece and interpret everything literally. That'd be amazing.
Did you also notice that I just asked her a specific I asked her a broad question, and then when I tried to narrow it so I would have a understanding of which part of the lawsuit she had read, she just accused me of sea lining. So she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to answer the specific of what she read, and so now we are left with what? We're left with. So you're bullshitting. You didn't read any of it. We have no other conclusion to jump to other than what Mr. Sirius said, and that she was bullshitting, and that she didn't actually read any of it because she doesn't want to.
Or she didn't read enough to even have a memory of what she read, and she can't recall that.
Also, that
No, there's no. I would bet.
If
I would
you
bet
wanna...
anything that she
just to be charitable. Yeah.
Yeah, to be charitable.
I would bet anything that she couldn't even describe to us anything about the site
specifics
that you would even find the documents on.
Well,
what are the 4 letters that the URL starts with?
My question was not about sea lining. My question was specific so that perhaps I could advise you on what bit you ought to read to help you inform the opinion that you have that is just, splishity splash, your opinion is trash, because you don't have the information. So I was going to offer you where you might be able to go find information that might be relevant to the point that you're trying to make and failing at. But, I mean, if you want to accuse me of sea lining...
it's kind of like a general... Oh, sorry. It's kind of like a general user thing, but if she hasn't investigated enough with the primary material to even, recall what the 4 letters of the beginning of the URL are that you have to type in if you're going to go back to that, business documents thing with the courts.
So let's see.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna have, if you're gonna inform me,
if you've looked up the documents, you've typed this stupid URL like 1 billion times.
Yeah, the thing is like you would think a PhD would know about how to do basic research into a direct source before coming to a conclusion and writing out a conclusion, but let's see. So I read some. She decided to answer. So I read some of the deposition and some of depositions and some of McCrae. That is very, very vague. What? Some of McCrae and what some of the depositions. So okay, so which parts? The part where Kyle said he was getting help from Nate Brody? The part where Kyle said he lied to Katie about having a CPA? Which part of the deposition? Like, what are you... I'm looking for a little bit more specific so I can understand how you're drawing this conclusion, so I can direct you to the information to help you... help me to help you. Help me to help you. McCrae didn't... I don't know if you know this, but Steve has a lawyer. So all of his shit is filed through the lawyer. So when you say some of McCrae, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. This is the origin story of Dr. Clippy because that's she follows and makes arguments based around. Could be. Astronomy Live is asking Misha if it's okay with you, or if with her, that negative exponents released my real name to someone else on Discord and then bragged about having all of my personal information, then lied to me, continuously denying that he did. I didn't, and then Misha jumps to, I didn't come here to talk about the non sequitur showcase. I came to defend a YouTube creator's work. Well, I mean, you're doing a good job of... I mean, to be fair, you're more interesting than negative exponents, to be fair. I'll give you that. That's... I would much rather have have this kind of a conversation with you or have a live conversation with you, but because you haven't hit me up in DMs, I have to talk to you this way, or you haven't hit me up publicly to let me know when you're available so we can set up a time to just have this kind of chat together. We can look at the dockets. It'll be good. It'll be good. It's far more interesting. So, if anything, it's actually you are defending Negative from embarrassing himself on my channel as I watch his video, but because
that's
we're not
kind of
watching
an interesting turn of phrase. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting turn of phrase.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, you're defending a. I came to defend a YouTube.
A video we're not even
work.
watching. At this point.
A video. I mean, I guess she's succeeded, but like, what are you here to defend? Because he's saying that we're lying about fundraisers. So are you here to defend him as in you have something to say about the fundraisers? Or you're here to defend him because you didn't like that we were watching his video? Because that's what you came in here with, that we shouldn't be watching this video that is public.
In which his video is just clips of other people's videos.
Yeah, there's no commentary over it. I mean,
Chesh, the next time Misha writes a paper about something, you can just go in there and oh, actually, I lost my point. I'll think of it again.
So should I just like review it letter by line by line?
No, that would be stealing.
Oh, okay, I can't do that. Well, what if I had said paper and I took this chunk over here and this chunk over here and put them side by side without any commentary to try to imply that she's lying in her paper? What if I did that?
It's not even an ethical concern. There's nothing unethical happening. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm so fucking frustrated.
Chesh, you're a YouTuber, right?
I guess.
Would you say you are? Is negative exponents, does he fit the definition that you would say applies to you?
I don't know. Probably, but at the same time...
He's producing a video?
He's producing a video, yeah. It kind of depends on what you say, because like he's talking about in his video that he's not regularly on YouTube, he's not doing this full time. But I would probably be like, yeah, if I count as a YouTuber, probably anybody can count as a YouTuber, so
would
yeah.
this qualify as peer review?
Oh, yeah.
At least in the colloquial sense.
I mean, negative exponents has to be at least a peer because he's got to have at least a 62 IQ. At least. He has to. I don't believe that there is a world where
just put the squiggly, put the approximately sign.
No,
you know the approximately sign? It's a little squiggly equal sign. Just put that approximately.
Yeah.
This is transformative. We are running commentary. So this is...
You know that, Misha, if you were that concerned, they could just file a copyright strike, right? Like, YouTube has terms of service. Have you read those? You didn't read you didn't read the law case. You didn't even say you read the conclusion. You didn't even say you read anything that the judge said. You just said you read the depositions and something from McRae. So you didn't read the conclusion or what the judge said or what any of the filings said in regards to like the summary of the court. You only read what Ben said, some of what Ben said, some of what Kyle said, and some of what Steve said. You didn't actually read what the judges were saying?
Did you know Kyle had a warrant for his arrest? Did she even know that?
So is it like a normal thing for PhDs to just avoid reading at all cost?
They used all their effort on getting their PhD, so they don't have any rigor left. They just like are lazy about everything else, apparently. I mean, if we're gonna take this particular person as an example.
So PhDs are just lazy as fuck and don't read anything. Is that what it is, Misha?
If it's not if it's not their field, they just don't know anything. That's apparently what is being demonstrated.
Is there a law? Would you have Misha on for that time of the month? No, I would have her on for have a one-on-one discussion. We can have a one-on-one discussion about this, but I have no choice but to have the conversation this way because she's not.
And you've been charitable and have done that for 6 hours straight with a person that you didn't want to at first.
Oh yeah, Gary. I have a history of being able to have these kinds of charitable conversations. So if she wants to have the conversation, she wants to have that platform, she wants to show how all of us are so badsies, she can use my channel to do it. It's fine. Negative exponents could have come on ages ago. I mean, I'm not letting negative exponents on now. He had his opportunity. He squandered it.
What the fuck does she think transformative work is? Because apparently this is strike-worthy for negative, and yet
she's an law expert now.
Took clips from other people's videos, likely without permission, which means that video is likely copyright strike worthy from a half a dozen plus creators.
And I don't really hear him like commenting so far as we've watched this. It's just been work. It's been clips. You're just supposed to assume what you're supposed to assume out of them in whatever order he puts them, and that's apparently demonstrating a point.
On top of that,
video is strike worthy.
And his playlist to show all of the evidence and show all like his playlist that has all the full context videos in them that you're supposed to just hunt through. That, by the way, none of the clips that he's playing have any timestamps on them, so you have to watch the whole thing. But his playlist.
It also has to severely. I forgot what the exact phraseology.
His playlist
I forgot what the
link
exact.
is broken.
Yeah, with the ... Apparently the phraseology of copyright law, where it talks about negatively impacting the person's ability to make money from their content. How would that happen?
It can't.
Who
He's
that
not
was
monetized.
going to watch, and who that would, if it was the people that would be watching Negative's content on his channel, why would they be over here?
Rose for 10 said because Kyle won't get 1 cent of this. Yeah, fuck Kyle.
Misha, you're a fucking moron. At this point, we have talked more to you on the stream than the video is long. You're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. God damn, these people
I was
are so
impatient,
fucking
but
stupid.
Misha said if you took the entire paper and posted it behind a paywall, then that would be theft. Okay. What if I clipped it around? You didn't actually address the question. I asked if I added commentary.
What if you're in school and have access to those papers?
Or if I moved it, or on the other hand, like if I took this piece of your paper and I took this piece of your paper and put them side by side, and then I took this piece of your paper and this piece of paper. Actually, that doesn't even
apply
No,
because of things like has she ever heard of Mystery Theater 3000?
And none of this video is also not.
And the fact that
beyond a paywall.
You can buy a movie. You can buy a movie or have clips from a movie, and you can critique that and use clips from it, as long as it's transformative. Is that stealing? You bought something.
Hey, hold on. Negative Exponents is just playing clip after clip after clip of lots of different people's stuff, and he's not transforming it at all. Like, if anything,
Correct.
You should be over on his channel.
Are there even
bitching
words
at
over
him,
it?
But you're not. You're over
worthy of
here
being described.
where we're actually transforming the work, bitching at us about stealing content.
There are two possibilities. Misha is either a dumb fuck, in which case she would qualify for dumb fuck of the year, or 2, she's deliberately dishonest. Pick one, Misha. Which one are you? Because that's the only 2 fucking possibilities.
You also have this situation. She says, if I was going to be somewhere to talk about the non sequitur show suit, I would be preparing my case. This is not the case for this show.
Also, this is not a restream of the content verbatim. This is people talking over the content. This is not Chesh streaming Negative Exponent stream with nobody, nothing over it, no overlays, no anything, no people talking. That is what his restream is. That is mirroring. That is not what's happening.
The thing is like the problem I figured you would be. The problem that Negative Exponents has is that this is the same thing he did last time. He expects you to draw your own conclusions. He expects you to draw your own conclusions by agreeing with him with the heading in which he's presented it, right? So the context that he's giving and the commentary that he's giving is the title of his stream and the description, right? That's the commentary that he's giving. So that's basically
history.
Right, he's trying to say, here's Chesh saying this, now I'm going to play this clip, implying that this clip, and then this clip, and then this clip, so you start getting degrees removed from what I actually said. And because you're not explaining it, you're not pointing it out, it makes it very easy for you to get lost in the point that's being made and what's actually being said. You'll notice that they're not actually showing, or Negative Exponents is not actually showing what he's saying. He's not explaining and not demonstrating anything. He's playing clips to the choir. He is preaching to a choir of people that already hate us, that have already come to this conclusion, right? So there's no
an echo chamber.
Right, there's no actual effort to demonstrate a point that's being utilized.
She just said the dumbest thing she said on this entire stream. She said that before she got here, we weren't even commenting on the video. Misha, how would you know that if you weren't here?
Yeah, that's
the video
it.
ended too.
She's a dumb fuck.
I'm in
Can
pain.
we read one now, please?
I'm in severe pain. anguish.
Are you gonna be able to sue her for damages?
Okay, this Reverend Ruin, can I just break in for a second?
Yeah, please. What's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, Misha, I just popped in here, and I started looking through the chat. Here's the thing, okay? This is fair use commentary. It is a transformative work. This is the ultimate of fair use. How do I know? Easy. I've won these copyright cases before. For my clients, for other people. Me versus YouTube as somebody who actually knows what TOS says. So, you know what, Misha? Until you have experience fighting a TOS strike or filing a TOS strike, shut up. Sit down.
Sit the fuck down, bitch.
Oh, hey, look, Tyler Durden decided to show up. That dude got super mad because Steve blocked him once, and he's been on the cray-cray train ever since. Hey, Tyler, since we've fully lambasted Misha for saying some pretty dumb things, and again, she was lambasted on her points, not her as a person, if you notice. Not a single person attacked her as an individual. It was all, it was the things... Oh, okay, well, Rez did. But... it was a description of her points.
Not for intrinsic qualities, though. For things that she stated. He was attacking the position in terms of her character.
And yes, we're saying like your behavior and your points and your argumentation speaks on your character. But
is very poor.
Tyler, do you want to step up to the plate? I'm excited.
Oh, but Misha, before you run off, go make sure you take the PhD off your Twitter handle.
So,
like we talked about.
Apparently we're mad. I mean, I know Al's mad. I think Al, do you find it kind of offensive?
I am mad because she doesn't understand. She doesn't want to take the time to understand.
No, it's not that she doesn't understand. She understands fine. The problem is that she's deliberately dishonest.
Yeah.
So the question is...
It's a bit of both. She's dishonest about not understanding.
So, out of what are we mad about? Well, I mean, that's what you guys have explained. We're mad that people are lying about us and bullshitting about us, and Misha has the audacity to try to do it to our faces, right? So, what line is it reasonable and not reasonable to be mad? I'm personally not angry. I'm not surprised by any of this. Like, I'm not mad. And I've had... And
it was copyright infringement until Misha showed up.
And my offer to her stands. She hasn't taken me up on the offer. She didn't have to have this conversation in the side chat like she did. She could have come on and had a fair shot. It's like, back to the court analogy. You have your opportunity to speak your mind and have the conversation. You've chosen not to take it so far. Now, I'm gonna leave it standing. You can reach out to me later. I'm okay with that. But, what point... Okay, so no, Tyler's saying that he's mad. I'm confused. I don't know what Tyler's trying to say.
Apparently, I'm mad? No, I'm frustrated by these idiots always getting stuff wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not mad, I'm frustrated.
They don't care to get anything right, though. It's just a hate train.
Well, I mean, that's the question, right? So it's like, what I was going to ask before Tyler jumped the gun was, my question is at what point is being mad an unreasonable response? Like, is it unreasonable to be mad at Misha for trying to bullshit us in our own stream and make accusations that are just factually not true?
I want to make a little comment since I know their video's over and you're still on the chat. Stringer News, which has been in and out of this community for what, years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Types up in the chat. What's the point of this?
What's the point of what? Like, that's so vague.
The video negative put out.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
Just to repeat the same rhetoric they've always been.
But yeah, and that's the thing. This video is just it's the arguments we've all heard whenever they say, "Oh, hey, go look at the evidence. This is what they look at." But the problem is even in the short amount that we watched, it was reinforcing the thing. They played a clip, and then they played a clip that reinforced the thing I said.
Oh, and there was also a little bit of a story that happened in the chat that I noticed while we were talking with Misha, that Crafty Keela got modded, and she successfully bullied Glober Mom out of the chat.
Well, it wasn't just that. Just look at all that shit. Oh my god, I am so sending this all to Reds.
Well, it's actually all visible on my video. I did that on purpose so we could all see the live chat.
And I'm
Well,
here.
I made it. Oh, hey, Reds.
So, Lauren here is also saying, did you watch the video? The point is to bring receipts and show how Chesh is gaslighting right now. How?
Gaslighting? How are you gaslighting?
I think
Asking
Misha left
questions
the
of
video.
whether someone's read something, apparently. Asking whether they've read something and they can't coherently say exactly what they read, that's gaslighting. Because reasons.
Well, I think they're talking about gaslighting about the, I'm gonna be charitable and say they're talking about gaslighting in the sense of,
the video?
Of the video, yeah, of the fundraisers, that I'm gaslighting people about my involvement. No, I was talking about my involvement in defending Sean. Hey, Reds, you're here. Did I defend Sean, or do me and Sean not get along and didn't get along for like a year or so before this all happened?
Yeah, you and Sean never got along.
Shocking. Did I defend Sean?
I don't.
Yeah, you did.
You weren't involved in this, like at all.
Defended him, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I didn't defend Sean. I asked Negative to give me the information. I never actually I never actually defended Sean. I just asked them for their evidence. But apparently asking them for evidence is viewed as a defense because they don't have any. Like, I don't know how else to take that.
Most of your like 12-hour stream is you saying, I want to know the evidence. I don't know what's going on. Help me understand.
16-hour stream.
Like every hour or so, you're like, hey, negative exponents. I still don't know what happened. Help me.
Please inform me of what has gone on here. But yeah, no, I never defended Sean. I never... what I will defend... about what had happened. I've said that Sean fucking lied, he shouldn't have done it, and he handled it poorly. I also have said clearly, though, that I do not think that it was fraud, and I've given my reasons as to why I don't think it's fraud. So I'll defend that point, but I'm not defending Sean in particular. I would say that about whoever it was.
Yeah, because if you said that, they would say that is defending Sean in some way.
I mean, okay, if you wanted to say that I defended Sean after the fact about what had happened, sure. But the narrative that I defended Sean, I don't know why this looks like this. I'm gonna see if I can fix it.
Yeah, it's after the fact that
there we go.
Once
where I was going with
once
it,
the actual case of what was normally understood to have happened came out, you still weren't really on Sean's side in a way. I mean, because so how is that defending him?
Well, you might consider me describing something, me taking a look at something and saying I don't believe this is fraud is defending Sean, and if you do
for
think
reasons,
it's fraud.
yes.
But my I have. It's not because it's Sean. If Unirock did this and somebody said this was fraud, I would say, hey, listen, I don't like Unirock. I don't like Sean either. But it's not fraud. This is an assessment ignoring who it is that's involved. But if I was the person that they said they did that I was, Sean, me not liking Sean should mean, like, if my character was consistent with what they claim it is, then my response would be, should be, oh yeah, Sean's totally a fraudster, what a fucking dick, fuck that guy.
Yeah, whenever I, like, have a negative, like, thought about somebody, or if I don't like somebody, whenever it comes to like somebody saying, oh well, that guy is a fraud or something, let's just use that as an example, when I comb over the evidence, like I always use extra like care, because I don't want my bias to go into just like automatically just assuming the worst of them.
Yeah, but they project that because that's how they think.
That's how you come to an incorrect conclusion.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like
you assume your conclusion.
Yeah, and it's important. I wasn't involved in the investigate. Like, if they need me to be so goddamn fucking specific because they don't know how to, understand cadence and conversation, I did not. I supported Sean when I thought he needed help. Right? I made people aware.
They don't understand the concept of time, so.
Right. I made people aware of the fundraiser that was going on and asked what FTFE's involvement was, and also expressed that I didn't know what was going on. Really, it's almost like I wasn't involved in setting up or handling the money or dealing with any of the background stuff. Like I said, I also was not involved in the investigation when it came to what the fuck was going on. I had people asking me questions, but I was like, I don't fucking know. Why the fuck is this going on? This is not how I would handle this.
Two people who were not involved in it were Chesh and Steve McRae. So if they're being brought into this in any way, shape, or form, then you essentially know right then and there it is a bullshit story. Anytime they mention Chesh, anytime they mention Steve, it is automatically wrong. Anything they say after that point is wrong. It is a fabrication. It is a lie. And you can move forward from there with 110% certainty. Basically, Sean at the very beginning really did need the money for a legitimate thing. It was 100% legitimate. Where it went wrong is what he decided to do after the fact, when he was like, hey, you know what? Other shit is piling up and I really can't pay rent at this moment in time because they're about to shut my power off. Or I need food to eat and stuff like that.
The power...
He messed up with the date of the lease, right?
Yeah.
Was a big part of it.
Yeah, the date of the lease was a problem, but these are all problems after the fact. This is if you want to pick on somebody about how they spend their money after you've donated to them, then you need to have some kind of agreement with them about specifics, or some kind of conversation with them about specifics. Those conversations never happened. Should they have? Maybe. It seems like Sean's pretty shit with money. I didn't donate to Sean directly. Why? Because I think he's shit with money.
Yeah. So
what did wasn't there some evidence that one of them, like negative exponents or somebody, like gave Sean like $1 or something?
There's also
I do know that negative exponents donated like $10 to Sean at one point, and to the surprise of literally everybody, maybe he never asked for that money back, which was interesting. But what we ended up doing was we had the fundraiser, but I wasn't there for it. I gave my stream key to I don't know if it was Jared or Team Skeptic, but one of those two had my stream key, and they streamed on my channel when I was on vacation. I wasn't anywhere near Florida at that particular moment in time, so I couldn't even stream it even if I wanted to. But they had the live stream. They talked about what was going on, and he was talking about how he lost his job and that he was being discriminated against because he had a rockin' set of tits. They have since been surgically removed, and he no longer has that issue. But you can imagine a guy with a voice as deep as his walking around with a gigantic rack. It turns a bunch of heads, and because of that, and because of where he lived, there was just nowhere else for him to go, and he worked at Walmart for fucking 10 years at that point.
And who was it that like made fun of his gynecomastia?
That was there was a bunch of people.
Spurs, I think.
No, I believe it was a.
I thought it was cool.
That was. No, maybe it was Oakley. Maybe it was Oakley who did.
It sounds like Oakley.
Not exactly sure.
So there's another detail that is getting skipped over here a lot, and it has to do with over on the plot hole stream when Sean and team were talking about this. They had said and agreed with, so this is not like a one-sided person, that they agreed on this, that the power being shut off was part of like him paying rent, because if the power got shut off, there was some kind of auto default or something on his rent, or some kind of like automatic eviction that would happen if the power got shut off. So saying that him paying his power bill was unreasonable is not only horrible as like a human being, like why the fuck would that be a problem? How dare he have cooling or heat? Like that's like
there's some kind of
that's fucked up.
And
but also there was like something wrapped into the lease that he had to pay it for his lease to be able to
you have to have utilities in some place, or you're not in a habitable dwelling.
Right, and so you get evicted.
There's also another portion of this. Which is where I'm getting to with it. So, after he paid his power bill, he actually stopped taking in donations. At that point, the fundraiser wasn't over. He stopped taking in donations. And the reason why he stopped taking a donation is because Jeff died, Psystrike. So basically, he wanted people to focus on Psystrike's fundraiser rather than his own. So what he decided to do is to just say, fuck it, I'm not going to pay rent, but I'm also not going to take any more money. I'm just going to say I found a way to take care of it and let that be that. Was that the right decision to do? Absolutely not. That was not the right decision to do.
If that's what he actually said,
taking money.
No, hold on, time out. If that was what he actually said, that would probably have been better. If he had actually said, hey, listen, I'm not taking any donations in anymore. I took care of it to the best of my ability with what I received, and I'm not taking any more money. That would have been better than him saying, I paid off the lease. When he
correct,
did
that's where I was going with this. When you look at what he was doing, he was stopping taking in donation because Jeff died. So Psystrike passes away. They have a fundraiser for the funeral, and he just says, you know what, fuck it, that's more important than this shit. I'm going to take care of it to the best of my ability, and I don't want people to feel like they failed. So I'm just going to tell people, hey, yo, guys, job done. Congratulations. We fucking did it. Rent's paid for. And just, he thought it would never come up ever again. And that was horrible mistake number one, because if he had actually just came forward with that back in like early 2020, late 2019, none of this shit would be a thing, because he kept everyone informed every step of the way. And what really fucked everyone over, including me, is that I asked him multiple fucking times, did he pay rent? I even offered to drive my happy ass to where he was now living, to drive him back to Elkhart, Indiana, so that he can talk to the lawyer and get proof that he actually paid rent. So we were offering, by we I mean myself, Sly Sparkane, BM Furball, even though BM Furball also doesn't like Sean, he also wanted to get answers to this, and we were all offering to pay for his travels. If anything, he was going to make money doing these travels. So we were coming up with all of these game plans. We were coming up with all of these game plans to get him up there, and he was like, thank you, I appreciate it, but no, I really shouldn't. Yeah, I totally paid rent, but we really can't do it right here, right now. I got to get a job first and shit like that. Essentially, every single time we had that conversation of how we can prove that he actually paid rent, that was a golden opportunity for him to come clean, and he never did with me.
There's like he messed up in a handful of things. He messed up in a good handful of things, but on the other, like, we know this pretty much. There's videos upon videos upon videos about what happened. Everybody fucking knows what happened at this point. Even the people who are
Misha?
okay, well, whatever. But she doesn't know anything apparently. So if you're gonna, don't start saying shit like that and then plead ignorance. But whatever. We've all talked about Sean. We all know what went on with Sean. We all know what's gone on with Ilya. This shit is something that just gets brought up over and over and over and over and over again. And then because it fails to do and fails to prove. Remember, on Dumbfect Friday, we looked at somebody who basically said all of us should be in jail because of these individuals. So where does that put any of them when it comes to Kyle? Should Misha be in jail because she supported Kyle's fraudulent fundraisers, and supported Kyle while he was committing fraud on the Non Sequitur Show fans? No, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. But on top of it, there's a little nugget in here that I think is pretty fucking disgusting that I think gets looked over a lot, and it's you're dealing with a situation where people are saying that somebody should not utilize money that was given to them to pay for their power. What the fuck? Not only is that not how most rental agreements work, but how inhumane can you be? Like, how inhumane can you be? Secondly, I'm going to go over, there were 2 super chats that came in from Jason Bourne, who said he wasn't going to support me anymore, so, I mean, the fact that he's super chatting now is kind of bizarre. But hey, whatever. Who am I to judge, I guess? For 5, they said, Sean said he needed money to pay rent, he paid rent. He said he had a receipt, he lied, that this is fraud. Okay, lying about what you used the money on versus what you got the money for, and what you, okay, now I've had this conversation before. Go watch my video about that if you want to. If you want me to explain that again, go watch that video. Then Jason Bourne for 2 said, Reds, you were fooled twice, ? Are you the fool, ? And I'm going to answer this before Reds does. Sean and Ilya's fundraisers both happened before anybody knew there was any issues with any of them. So you're trying to retroactively say that Reds was fooled twice when he didn't know he was fooled the first time yet. You absolute shithead. Why are you stupid? How is time? Why is time? Time is a soup.
Time is a flat circle.
I've got a hypothetical. For everybody out there who calls the Sean fundraiser a scam. Alright, let's say I have a fundraiser. I need everybody to help me. I need gas for my car.
You need Genshin Impact characters.
I need gas for my car for the next, 6 months, please. So everybody gets together, and they're like, here, we love you. Here's, $600. I'm like, yay, gas for my car, $600. Hooray, I did it. Thank you. The next day, my car, engine explodes. Shit. I spent the $600 to get the car fixed. Did I scam everybody?
Well, guys, did he?
Without disclosure?
I mean, what gas am I going to buy with it?
I'm
if the
still
car
going to
doesn't
say
work?
no. I'm still going to say no. Just because shit fucking happens.
You're saying there's a line for
it could fit.
You're saying that there's a caveat for emergencies, I think is what Nikki is saying.
I mean, to be fair, name one situation where a large majority of us haven't went through oh, hey, I need money for this or I need money for that. You either took out a loan or some other shit for some reason, and then shit fucked up. And guess what? You had to spend the money you got for one specific thing to pay for the other thing, or at least help for that. Yeah,
it
happens.
I don't know if there was no intent at the time of the fundraising to do that. I don't know if there's a different term for that, but I think it would fit some definition of a scam if you don't disclose that. And with Mr. Serious's analogy, to make it more similar to Sean's, it would be, I need $600 for things to do with my car, most especially gas.
Yes, that would be that. Yeah, there was the thing. It was with Sean. And Sean was like, I need help, but the priority is this, right? Exploratory Minds for 5 said, Jason Bourne, are you projecting? I mean, you said you would not support Chesh, and here you are supporting Chesh with the super chat. Pick a lane, you nutter. No, he was just lying, I guess. Look at the liar.
Does Jason know about the generality of the fundraiser at the beginning?
But what I would like to, I want to clarify something real quick, and then I'll let Reds go. So, I do want to clarify what makes Kyle's thing a fraud. Kyle got money to get a lawyer to fight service that he knew was proper, saying that he had moved when he had not moved. That is a false pretense, thus making it a fraud. That's what makes it a fraud. Go ahead, Reds.
All right. So, as far as me being fooled, with Ilya, I was. With Sean, I was lied to, so I guess that counts as being fooled too. Okay, fine. You got me. It's almost like I am human. I'm not. I'm not as perfect as Unirock, because we all know that motherfucker makes zero mistakes. So
you monster.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the difference here. When Sean admitted that to me, I actually put my own money on the line to make sure that people who wanted a refund got one. And with Ilya Moon, the first thing I told her, besides go fuck yourself, is that she needs to refund 100% of the donation she got through GoFundMe. And Sean did his part. He refunded everyone who asked him. And Ilya Moon got through to GoFundMe and start the process of refunding everybody when I broke contact with her. And it actually went through. A lot of people, I should say everybody at this point, got their money back. And if they didn't, then it's probably because they have an old credit card with GoFundMe. Contact GoFundMe and they will go ahead and take care of it because all that money is returned. Is returned. So all of this is a solved issue. It is resolved. I did my due diligence to make sure that everyone got their money back. On the other hand, we are still missing $5,000 from Uni's camp, who fundraised for Kyle Curtis. And then after, not before, but after it was proven that Kyle submitted forged documents to the court and in fact was up shit creek without a paddle, did Uni immediately go into maximum overdrive to refund people's $5,000? No, he asked his crew for an extra $1,000. So Kyle got an extra $1,000 after it was confirmed that Kyle was full of shit. What I did when it was confirmed that Ilya Moon was full of shit is I didn't do that. I immediately started the process after a 4-day marathon investigation of this shit. I started, or I had her start the process of refunding everyone's fucking money. So yeah, I'm a fallible human being. It happens. Does this mean that? Does this mean I had to be prepared to eat some shit? Then yeah, I'll eat some shit. But so long as people are made whole again, it's worth it. This is called humility. Maybe Uni should learn a little bit about it.
There's something that I do find interesting about this is that you get people. The Kyle situation is still ongoing. It has not been resolved. Like not even through the court yet, and people complain. Like I've seen a couple of people complain that, oh my god, why are you still talking about this? Meanwhile, these videos about this fraudulent fundraiser stuff are resolved, but they're still coming out, right? And they're gonna oh my god, you didn't address anything. Oh my god, no, we've addressed this ad nauseum. How many times are we supposed to address it, right? Message from the live chat. Oh, go ahead.
Let me also state this, and you know, them stabbing me in the back is the reason why they're not in my circle anymore. You know, with
well, yeah, that's the
Sean,
other thing. These people have been removed from the community, and that's not the case when it comes to Kyle. The only reason he's removed is because the police have forcibly removed him.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Is that when Sean pulled that shit with me, and when Ilya pulled that shit with me, I removed both of them. Meanwhile, you go to Unirock, and he's like, "Oh, I'm still supporting Kyle. I'll still support Kyle even after all of this." So let me give you a translation of what that is. That's, and oh my god, Kyle, your cock is so yummy.
Well, there's this thing too, right, where it's like you notice how this all started coming up again because they don't want to address their support of Kyle's domestic violence, right? Steve said, what's wrong with asking people to help donate? That does not mean that they are involved in the process of the fundraiser and people are not psychic. What is the argument? Yeah. So Jason seems to think that if Kyle's is a fraud, then Sean's is also a fraud. I think you don't understand, and maybe you should take some time actually watching some of these other videos about go watch the main sources. Go watch the original sources of those videos and see what you find.
Sean used the money to solve an actual problem that actually existed legitimately.
Yeah.
Which was the point. Now listen, I don't agree with how Sean went about it. I don't agree with some of the purchases that Sean made. I don't agree with it. But one thing I cannot argue with is that all of these were towards something. Getting the fuck out of Dodge so that he could move someplace else to have a better life, which actually ended up happening thanks to your guys' support. That actually happened. However, it would Kyle Curtis's situation is a lot like if Sean never actually lost his job.
Can I chime in?
That's the big difference. Is that you have Kyle literally lying about the premise of the fundraiser.
Yeah,
that, my friend,
is
a fraud.
Yeah, let me chime in real quick because
Steve popped in.
This does with philosophy here. So philosophy shit moment. So because people are talking about consequentialism here and things of that nature, where we're talking about, as Red's pointed out, what was the reasoning behind the initial things for the fundraiser? That's where the fraud comes in. When Kyle had his fundraiser, it was to promote fraud in the court. He already had a fraudulent narrative that he had helped got developed with, I believe, wholeheartedly along the lines with Unirock and Nate the dishonest lawyer, to come up with to try to perpetrate on the fraud that he wasn't living with his boyfriend. That's fraud from the get-go. No matter what he did with the money is irrelevant. So Bourne out there, who is a shit-talking agent of provocateur, doesn't ever address the fact that Kyle, from the beginning, the money was being used to promote fraud on the court, regardless of whether he spent the money for the lawyer or not. Which, by the way, he spent, according to his records, $5,000. $6,000 was raised. There's a missing $1,000 that nobody seems to ask about or have any idea where that's at. Now, like Cheshire, I was not close to Sean. I had nothing against him. We just weren't that close of friends. He was a friend of Red's, and so that was about my extent of dealing with Sean. That's it. Nothing to do with his fundraiser. I didn't even know, and Reds can vouch for me on this wholeheartedly, I'm sure. Did I know fuck all about this until, what, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago? Somewhere in that ballpark?
I'll say this. If you did know anything about it, I don't even know what you know about it because you were not involved in this shit at all.
Yeah, I had to find out from other people. Right.
Yeah, that's why when I started this, I said the very moment they bring up Steve McRae or Cheshire, they're already wrong.
So look at the Sean situation. After I found out what exactly happened, I gave my opinion on it, and mine is pretty well almost identical, I think, with Cheshire's. It wasn't fraud. It wasn't scamming. His intent was to pay off the lease. Okay, good intentions. But when it wasn't the amount to break the lease, he decided to use it on things which was necessary, or he would have been homeless. The whole point of the fundraiser was to prevent him being homeless. Had he lost power, guess what would have happened? He would have been homeless. You have to look at things from a holistic point of view. You can't focus on some myopic thing like, well, the money went to this. Look at all the factors that mitigate and explain.
If you need to require somebody go homeless to properly use money that was donated to help them, then you're a shit person, because not only did you not understand what the point of the fundraiser was, but you're also a nitpicking asshole who would rather see somebody homeless. Like, what the fuck? Why do you want people to be homeless when they were given money for the point of them not being homeless?
No, exactly. And now let me tell you where I think Sean did go wrong. And I haven't spoken to
Sean went wrong in a lot of ways, but I'll let
Sean had a lot of places.
I've talked about it already,
these are the high points. I mean, Sean fucked up across the board in so many different ways. But what he made the major mistake, in my opinion, from what people have told me, again, I was not involved in any of this. I had to find out through other people. What I think he made a mistake from what I've heard, he should have been more transparent to the community. He should have come to the community and said, look, I'm unable to pay off the rent because of this amount. If I lose power, this, and this, I'm going to be without a home. What is your feelings with I should do with the money? I don't think a single person would have been said, oh, give back the money. They're like, no, use it for that. And everything would have been fucking fine. But instead, for some strange reason, Sean decided to try to be deceptive. And worse is that he ended up talking to the very people that are the deceptive people in the community. And Moon did the exact same thing. I didn't know anything about Moon's thing. I just promoted it like Cheshire did as far as, hey, we have a friend that's in need. We had no idea that she didn't actually have what she claimed to have had. And by the way, I did donate to that and I got a refund. So why would I have donated to something that I thought was a fraud? That makes no sense, right? And what happened when we found out that she was lying, thanks to Reds, right? Nobody talks to her anymore. I haven't talked to her since. That's what you do. But no, on the Kyle front, you still have supporting him. You still have other people still supporting him. And don't say that they don't, because they most certainly do, knowing that he had a fraudulent fundraiser. So it boggles my mind that they try to make these arguments, and I'm glad that they kind of do in a way, because it shows the difference between the dichotomy between this stream and the negative exponent streams that you were streaming, which, by the way, is not violation of TOS. If you're going to try to come over here and try to run some kind of argument that she's stealing this and that from an he's not even monetized or an unmonetized video, at least know the law. Okay, this was commentary, but I really want to see you and Misha get together one-on-one with nobody else, and I want you to ask the hard questions, because I think she needs to answer some fucking questions, because she has been nothing but a shitlord ever since she blocked me, and never once did she give me a reason why. Never fucking once. I just wait. I'm going to rant here for 1 second, please. I went out of my way to help promote her channel. I went out of my way to show her how to use OBS, and she's like, "Oh, I said thank you. Yeah, fine, great." But that did not deserve being stabbed in the fucking back for no reason. I'm in misinformation that you don't know fuck all about. You never read any of the shit. You don't know about the lawsuit. You think that I want blood. I don't want blood. I want justice. And you know who I'm getting the justice from? The court system. And it's taken a long time. You know why? Because people that you hang out with have supported Kyle, and they're the reason he's fucking in jail. Well, and his own, stupidity.
His own hubris.
I mean, fuck, man.
Hey, Todd.
That's my rant. Thank you. I feel better. That's cathartic to me. Go look it up.
Essentially, it came down to this. Not only did I solve the fundraisers, but I say that I solved 3 fraudulent fundraisers. Let's go ahead and assume that Sean's was fraudulent, just so I can say I'm 3 for 3 here. Because there is also another fundraiser that I helped fix, or in the process, or am in the process of fixing, and that's Uni's. Because if Uni ain't gonna fix the fraudulent fundraiser he pushed with Kyle Curtis, well, Steve, I guess you and I will just have to do it for him. And good fucking thing I made those phone calls. Otherwise, that motherfucker would have been out on the street because of you shitheads. $2,000 well spent, motherfuckers.
I asked a question in the chat, and someone responded to me saying that his lawyer must have gotten an upfront fee, but were there any receipts for her having been paid the entire amount?
I think it was a $5,000 flat retainer.
Oh, okay.
I did see a receipt floating around, but it is certainly not confirmed to not be Photoshop.
It doesn't cover the extra money.
It doesn't cover the extra money, and it doesn't cover there isn't a breakdown really, and here's the thing. I think that the receipt is legit. However, I cannot independently verify it, and when it comes to dealing with most of these people, if you can't independently verify it, you can't really trust it.
And I completely agree with that. But hang on. Kyle literally said this. He had said in one Uni stream, and I go find it somewhere. I don't even give a fuck, because I'm not going to sit here and look for it. But he actually said that he needed money for continue to pay the lawyer. Well, and that's not how it works on a flat retainer.
Right. That's just not what that is. Okay, so right. I got a super chat. So yeah, go ahead.
Just a question for everyone. Let's say I fundraised for a brand new motorcycle, and let's say I, as soon as getting that motorcycle, I show people the motorcycle, and hey, this is the motorcycle you guys helped me get. And then I immediately proceed to douse it in gasoline and set the fucking thing on fire. Would you guys be pissed with me if I did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because essentially, yeah, you're essentially you're doing something destructive
It's
at
false.
that point.
It's false pretenses. People are assuming you need the motorcycle, and they're helping you to get this thing that you care about. That is even if it's not a necessity, it's something you want. People want to get that thing for you. And if you didn't tell them ahead of time that I'm getting this motorcycle to light it the fuck on fire, you got it under false pretenses.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
There's two parts of this. Hang on, there's two parts of this.
Okay.
Now, what if I was riding the motorcycle naturally and some shit happened and it just burst into flames while I was riding it? No one would
ran out in front of you.
That's an act of God, and we all get pissed off at him.
Yeah, we don't get pissed off. So basically, Sean had situations come up later on down the line that led to some fuckery. Should he have been honest about it? Absolutely. However, it's still not a scam. What Kyle did was he got this lawyer with the intention of lying to her, aka dousing gasoline on the shit.
It's beyond that. He didn't just lie to the lawyer. He didn't just get this lawyer with the intention of lying. The pretense was a lie. He didn't move. He knew he didn't move, and he was saying he was fighting improper service when he had the original papers that he was served. Everything about that fundraiser is fraudulent. I have a super chat.
Start to finish.
That I've got to get out here. So Sergeant Hatred
And
for
the only reason that
$199.
fucker's in jail right now is because we made a few phone calls.
Sergeant Hatred, you mean you followed the law? Sergeant Hatred, imagine calling the police on a criminal, wow. Sergeant Hatred for $199 says, you went on Shills and asked donate to Moon, ? So I had to ask them to clarify, and they did, and the clarification was that in the video that we were watching at the beginning, which we totally gave up on because it immediately threw itself under the bus, but in the video, it showed me saying that Reds was not running it was on his channel, but he was not there for it. He didn't run it. And then they showed a clip.
I wasn't there for both. I wasn't there for both.
And then, so for Moons, this person is asking, but didn't Reds, in the video that we were watching, didn't Reds show up? Yes, he called in. If you notice in the video, Reds had to call in to his own channel because he wasn't the one running it.
Which they seem to, negative exponents didn't quite grasp that for some reason. I have an analogy to run by you. Let's say that I had to get to Florida, and I said, hey, look, I need $1,000 for first class. I'm not going to go first class. To Florida, get the $1,000, and then, I go to the airport, I'm like, man, I realize I'm afraid to fly. I'm going to go take a train and spend the money on train, and at the same time eat and drink, and probably because it's a lot cheaper, so I can buy some alcohol or something. But I still get it to Florida. Is that fraud?
Well, if you are, people bitch about this all the time, and it's a lot of, it's a political issue about giving people, when they're out of work and whether or not you should give them money, and you get people on Fox News bitching that, they shouldn't be getting an iPhone, and it's like, bitch, this is a used iPhone, I didn't buy it new, and even if I did, fuck you? What, you're giving me the money so that I can then decide how I want to use it with the intention that I'm going to use it in my life. Right? It's open-ended.
So long as you complete the task that they were donating towards, I say no harm, no foul.
Well, because the government is giving you the money, you shouldn't be allowed to have a coffee once in the morning on your way to work.
And here's the thing. As long as you complete the task, basically, if you say that you're going to Florida, go to fucking Florida. But if you are trying to make this bullshit, if you're spinning this bullshit story that you weren't properly served when you know for a fact you fucking were, then that's equivalent to saying, pay for this trip to Florida that I totally had. Wink, wink.
So
and I don't know what there are. Good.
So Slick sent me a message because it was too big for chat. And they sent me a message for the live chat. If the fundraising for Sean was for a new car and one had been found in blue but needed work on it for the amount of $3,000, if he had found a different car in red that needed no work on it for $2,900, would it be fraud? In the end, he would have got a car but a different color and for cheaper.
Yeah, it's you know it's you have to look at things holistically, and I don't see what their end goal is. You know, whether we call Sean's fraud or not is completely irrelevant. We're happy to call Moon's fraud, right? Because it was fraud.
We also found I got one of them was explaining to Egghead what their end goal is, and it's for apparently all of us to be in jail.
But
I'll
it's
say,
like hello.
I'll say this about this. Ilya Moons 100% was a fraud. 100%.
Yeah.
That's what we all said.
That was a fraud. No ands, ifs, or
By the
buts
way,
about it.
I hate to say it, but we're the victims of that fraud because I fucking donated it to you. You did too. You helped out with it. We're the victims.
There's another.
Perpetrated on all of us.
There's another thing to this though. There's another thing to this real quick, and it's that if you wanted people to be so specific about how they're using that money, that's shit that needs to be specified ahead of time. We all agree that Ilya committed fraud. We all agree that Kyle committed fraud. And that the thing is that even if these are resolved issues, and nobody's not confronting it, nobody's hiding from it, nobody's lying about it. We're saying,
has Unirock said it's fraud yet?
Well, do you remember when Unirock tried to say that Reds committed fraud when people donated to get him the camera and the tripod that he got?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Which Reds, shoved up his ass.
I'm still using it. It's these dumbasses don't seem to understand that.
No, you don't understand. Reds,
on
it's
my
fraud.
channel that shows the damn thing tracking a rocket from the fucking ground.
But Reds, you've missed a couple of rocket launches, and you might have used it to take some other pictures in your personal life. And if you're not only using it for every single one, it's a fraud.
So, oh my god, I got a confession to make, Jess. You make a great point. Brewinator and Landon helped get my computer to stream, but I don't always use it to stream. I'm committing fraud.
Oh shit! You're using it for something
that
else.
reminds me.
Oh my god!
With the fundraisers that I've had, they paid for my equipment, and part of it was the laptop. I have to admit that I'm not just using this laptop for rocket launches. I'm also using it for donkey porn. So I guess that makes me a scammer, right?
It makes you a deviant scammer, yeah.
You didn't show unboxing it. You could have returned it.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know why I still call him Todd. He's TOD, but whatever.
I mean, I don't know what you would expect. If you call yourself TOD, people are going to tell you Todd. That's just going to happen.
Well, I told my lawyer, Todd, look out for Todd.
Oh, no, there's so many different Todds.
So he's introducing himself, and he's like, who the fuck is this person?
Oh, no.
Well, so going back to this, it's like, this all came when people were asking for help. Like, hey, listen, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Are you able to help me out with this little pickle that I have? So I'm like, I can let you use my channel to promote this shit if you want, and that was my involvement. And when it came to Ilya Moon, it was the same thing. I wasn't actually producing that show. I had to call in on my own fucking show, or my own channel, which was weird, but that's exactly what happened.
Which is exactly what I meant when I said Reds wasn't running it.
I wasn't running it. I had zero control of the money. Now, what happened afterwards is that when the super chats came in, I sent that over to Ilya, and I have emails that show that she sent it back. And then if you guys remember on Twitter, I got in contact with the peeps that actually donated via super chat, and I gave them their money back. I even ate the 30%. That was money out of my pocket. So, if anything, I lost money in this endeavor.
You're the world's worst scammer of all time, dude. You are the worst scammer. So in a nutshell, Negative Exponents basically took a claim that Cheshire made, which was claim A, showed things for claim B that she didn't make, and then juxtaposed them together to make it appear that somehow she was not being forthright and honest, which again is what they do. I mean, they learned that from Captain Clippy.
The thing that kills me is that their clips do not even show that I was wrong or that I was lying. Because there's a difference between being wrong and lying. right? You
They
could
kinda
be
shoot themselves in their own foot.
Misha could be wrong, or she could be being dishonest, or it could be a mix of both, right? There are multiple options here. But because there is no commentary, because there is no explanation as to how something is a lie or how something was wrong, and it simply is, here's a clip saying Chesh said this, and here's juxtaposed with a clip of saying that thing that she said. They're clipped in the clip that the amount that I admit that we didn't really watch that much, but the first 3 or 4 that we did watch, none of them actually showed what I said was even incorrect, let alone a lie.
And the problem is people like Misha Griffith, when they start hanging out with these people, especially at the Unirock and that crowd, they've accused themselves from the dialogue. I've already said that I won't speak to any of those people because they are the most dishonest people I've ever met on YouTube. And Misha has now become ingratiated in that group, and I will never have a conversation with her. And you're more than welcome to, and I would like that. I would like you and her to I want to hear her excuses for certain things because I don't think she knows fuck all what's going on.
Is there still hope though? Like with Keon?
No, I don't think so. No.
No,
I don't think there's much hope. But it's not for her. It's cathartic for me to know why she turned into such a piece of shit. Because I cared about that woman. I really did. I thought she was a good person.
Right.
That's why I had her on my show. I won't call her Dr. Griffith anymore. Not out of disrespect. I think she has an actual PhD, but I won't give her that respect because I don't think she deserves respect because she's unethical. When anybody who supports Unirock, you are unethical. Period. You are a shit person. Period. In my view, that's my position. I'm allowed to it. Why? Freedom of belief.
One thing that I also wanted to make clear before we move on is that the fundraiser for Boole is another one that they come up with, which, by the way, I actually handled the money on that one and noticed how no one was able to find shit wrong with that. Imagine that. But after a while, I became aware that not on the original stream, but on the update stream, which wasn't part of the fundraiser at all, someone actually made a super chat, and I had said I'll make sure this gets to where it needs to get to, which would have been Boole's family. So I believe the total amount for the super chat came out to around $85, and essentially it was very light, but very lightly was I getting crucified for $85. So what I decided to do was I decided to mail a third check to Boole's family for the amount of $180. I decided to slap another 100 on that bitch just to make sure that there was no fucking question that they got every penny, and I sent it to them.
Reds.
And guess what? They received it and said thank you.
And Reds, I got vilified for 5 fucking years over $30 goddamn on a channel.
That would have to be split between like 7 people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 7, 8, 12 people all bitching about $30 goddamn in the Great Debate community was their pet peeve. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, your pettiness is beyond measure.
My favorite.
I'll tell you what. I'll give all 7 of those people $30 if they never fucking talk about any of us ever again. How about that?
I've got 2 things that are my favorite about that. One was the stream titled "How Steve McRae Scammed Us," and then the beginning of the video is saying he didn't, and then talking about this $30. But I also enjoy that there's this whole bit where you completely they completely ignore that owning and operating is usually something that you have. There's expenses to that, and even if there aren't any expenses, you utilizing and borrowing somebody's space to have those conversations is you choosing to utilize that space for whatever benefit you believe there is for you. So in which case, you're renting that space without paying for it. So if you're renting that space, should Steve have been charging people to use the G Plus that he made? Like, it's his own platform. If he makes $30 off of his platform that you're borrowing, shouldn't you owe him money?
Hey, I even heard people.
Hang on. Before I was aware just how big of a piece of shit Uni was, I showed up on his channel a few times, and during that time, he was collecting super chats, he was plugging his shit, and he was buying vape juice with it. I didn't ask for a fucking dime, and me being on his channel was a choice that I made. It was a poor choice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to say that he ripped me off because of it.
You were best friends, weren't you?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, we were totally best friends, dude. You should, dude, Todd, you should have seen us shampoo together.
Lather.
Do you guys remember? Do you remember a year and a half ago when Demi tried to remake a GDC channel and that completely failed within like a week?
I did. I don't remember where I read this, but somewhere I was looking at something where somebody was saying, because it was a screenshot something in the live chat. I don't remember whose video it was. I apologize, but it was basically that there was a G+ community called GDC that I took over. Wrong. I created that community on G+. Me, right? And yet it turned into somehow, there was a G+ community on Steve+, and Steve turned it, took it over and kicked everybody out. That's what they were saying. I'm like, how wrong can you fucking be?
And then they cite, I forgot what the guy's name. Sorry, they cite this one YouTube video from like 2011 or 12, using the general term itself, the Great Debate Community, which is a general term. And if you Google that term, it actually existed back up until like 19...
Yeah, the Great Debate's been around a long time. Yeah.
Yes. They tried to say you stole the term.
Yeah. No, it was one person that used it. Maybe one time, and that was what was his name? God damn it.
It's a video they cite occasionally.
Yeah, but that was it. They never used that. They never really used any of that. They were nobodies, and they didn't even use it. And I made something of it, and they were fine with it until it started getting some popularity.
So, well, and the thing is like they're fine with utilizing your platform without you getting any kickback from it. And even though you do the modding, you do the work, you have to pick who is and isn't going to be a mod. You have to manage that. You have to manage whatever conversations are going on. You have to host the damn thing. So you don't deserve any kickback, but they deserve kickback for utilizing your shit that they're borrowing that they didn't kick you back on.
They used all my network connections, my guests. I had ins with the Reasons to Believe, with having Hugh Ross on, and other people that I knew. I was making all those connections. None of them ever bothered to.
So there's like the background work that goes on. So I mean, at this point, can we not agree that with the amount of money that they get talking shit about you about this situation, they should be giving you a kickback?
I'll take a 5%?
Take a percentage.
Sound good?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's even nicer than YouTube is for us using their platform. We all have to kickback. We all any channel that is monetized is giving a kickback to YouTube for using their platform. Now, Polybird made a good point and said Kyle's fun, and I just want to point it out, and then Reds go. Kyle's fundraiser is still open and is still accepting money.
Yeah.
Well, he's in jail, so
he's in jail, so he won't be able to access it. So I'm sorry.
Assuming nobody else has access to it,
he can fucking stay there.
But
I'll say this, and then I'll kind of have to go. But when you look at Kyle's bullshit, that was not resolved. That
still
myself
ongoing.
And Steve McCrae had to work overtime to make sure that motherfucker stayed in jail. So even though the dude was guilty of fraud and theft and all that nasty shit, the same shit that these other shitheads crucify us over supposedly being involved in, they went above and beyond to try and get him out. Because of the work that Steve McCrae did and I did, he is still in jail. So you know what? I'm going to call that 3 for 3. So basically what I'm going to say to all the people talking shit is do me a favor, try to keep up, because you're not doing a very good job. And with that, I'm out. Peace.
Later, bro.
I'm out here in a second too.
Yeah, I'm going to kick everybody out in a minute.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey,
but I'm
welcome
curious. So how'd that hypothetical work out? Was the gas money, was it fraud?
No,
again, intent is important. And so, I mean, they can dwell on all they want, but all they're doing is preaching to the echo chambers they have. Nobody that can have any kind of rational conversation on this and common sense is probably going to change their mind one way or another. Look, I don't care if you think that is fraud or not. It doesn't make any difference to me in my life. I gave my opinion on it. That's it. I don't give a fuck.
I have a question for live chat before we start wrapping up here. Live chat, do you think that negative exponents' video is a breach of terms of service since there is no commentary and it's not transformative at all. 1 in the chat if you think yes, 2 in the chat if you think no.
No, it's not breach of terms of service, and we shouldn't even be thinking that it is, because what it is you can take clips, and when you put them together with other clips, it does produce a transformative, piece, because you're trying to make an argument. If you would take the whole video and put 100% and then another 100%, then you could argue that's not transformative. But
I finally got popular enough to get a bot. Yeah!
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah!
Mini party!
Hey, congratulations! Chesh has made it! Woo! 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 You've come a long way, Big.
Look at me go! Sorry, go ahead.
That's your first one?
Yeah.
I've gotten like
Really?
several of those, and
Well, you're special.
I guess it could be. Well, you're on Twitch too, and Twitch is different. Twitch gets way more bots. I've noticed.
You're not on the level of Chess is not at your level yet, Mr. Serious. She's working.
Yeah. On the other hand, there is an argument to be made to say that we didn't actually watch enough of Negative Exponents videos to tell. Maybe he talks later. I don't think he does, but maybe he does.
These fucking these reface gifs are just, oh my god.
Are they great?
Oh my god. This should really be disconcerting, not because of the gay stuff. I don't bother me at all, but who's involved with it. But
that one looks really accurate.
Right. I can see this. This is like, yes. This isn't reface. This is a documentary.
That's Unirock when as he's waiting to support Kyle when he gets out of jail. Kyle being like, I don't know about this.
That's what happened pre-stream.
Oh, finally the bot got kicked.
Best friends.
These things are hilarious.
Sorry, Chad.
No,
that's
fine.
Paul. Is that Paul's stream?
That's Paul.
Does
yeah.
he make these? Okay. Fuck.
Okay. So, do you guys have any last thoughts as we start wrapping up here? What do you guys got for us? What do you think?
I'll give you 30 seconds and I'm out of here.
Yeah, go, Steve. Go.
Lucifer season 6 is out. I'm on a 5th one. No spoilers, but great series so far. I think it's really amazing. So my simple thing is this: look, people can talk about this forever, and they're going to. I don't care. Think what you want. It doesn't matter to me. We all have other things that are much more important that are going on. But if people want to watch Negative Exponents and him ramble on with this kind of nonsense and try to make these fallacious, stupid arguments, so be it. Let them. Whatever. Nobody cares besides the dumb fucks that still follow people like Negative Exponents and Unirock. And if you are a Unirock Negative Exponents follower, you're a fuck, and that includes Misha. But I would like to see, again, I don't think it's going to do a goddamn bit of good in the long run, but it will help other people figure out how people become from a respectable member of the community to a Unirock follower and to fall from grace. I would really love, and nobody fucking get involved with it, just you and Misha having a one-on-one discussion and you asking her questions about what she thinks she knows. I guarantee it. I will put money on it that probably 95% of the fuck she knows is wrong. And that's my say.
Okay, get the fuck out of here.
Will you do it? We make it happen? Make it for me?
Yeah, I'll talk about it in a minute. Get out of here.
Bye.
Leave. Bye.
What did he even say at the end?
He's told me to. He's telling me what to do on my channel. All right, what do you guys got for me? What do you think? How do you feel about this?
That idea itself made me start to like hyperventilate because we didn't even cover the video. If you want to speculate and be insane like Unirock and say that Unirock sent Misha over here to like disrupt the stream and keep people from critiquing whatever the video is going to be, then I guess you could say that.
Mission accomplished. Mission failed successfully.
And if we put ourselves in their shoes and flip it all around, and Negative Exponents was covering your stream, they'd say that Steb sent XYZ over there to disrupt everything. He sent them on a mission.
Well, I mean, I think we took her seriously, and I think people were reasonably mad and upset about the things she's been saying, and I think that's fair.
And apparently she can't handle dialogue because
yeah.
I know a lot of people protect their tweets for whatever reason, but Misha's tweets were open and now they're closed.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, well,
especially when I offered to have the conversation about setting up a time in public so other people can see. All right. Yeah. Give me all your last words, guys, and then I got something I want to talk about, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just thanks. Just real quick here. I know I jumped in a little bit late, but the whole thing of it is that I am just so sick and tired of these hypocritical assholes jumping in and deflecting and obfuscating everything. I mean, it's the drama and the bullshit is just to the point where it's like, okay, guys, go get a fucking life.
Yeah, well said.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of this. Yeah, I think a lot of this. Revan makes a really good point. A lot of this has just it's there. There's arguments and things to be had about what do you consider fraud, but we can't have those kinds of conversations about or efficacy of nuanced situations, because sometimes things are super duper nuanced, and when you take all of that nuance and try and take all of that context out to just try to character assassinate people, which is, if you noticed when we looked at a tweet before the thing started, that's what they're accusing me of at this point, that I'm trying to character assassinate Menace to Sobriety because I repeated something that he said. So it's kind of, oh god, if it isn't my own words being used against me, oh no, like I don't know what else to do about that. It's just turned into shit flinging, and I mean that's all these people ever had.
Asking someone what they've watched is sea lining.
Yeah, apparently. Asking for specifics.
You didn't ask her for a specific. You didn't ask her for a specific fact or anything like that. You asked her for what have you watched, and she's just like, oh, vagueness.
Right. Mr. Sirius, you got anything?
Yes. I think that we should be thankful for people like negative exponents, because they are a very good litmus test. People who believe that kind of crap, when they come out and they'll make themselves very, very obvious with probably a statement or two about the kind of people that they are and the kind of things that they believe, and you can size them up extremely quickly. And like the people who come into chat, like they can, in one or two statements, they'll let you know whether or not you should hide them and whether or not it's worth wasting your time on them. Like they'll let you know really quick how much energy you should expend on them, and it's we should be thankful for that. It's people like Misha though that we should, I think, get angry at, because she likes to flaunt that she has a PhD and put lots of weight behind her opinions, and then go down the exact same roads as negative exponents. And that is actually extremely dangerous, because she takes those exact same opinions and she makes them dangerous, and she puts lots of teeth behind them, and she can actually bring other people in and make them think that they're actually relevant. And yeah, it's irresponsible. And my biggest problem with her isn't that she has opinions. She can have opinions all day. I just really wish that they were based on facts.
It's the splishity splashy, splish splash, your opinion is trash. I don't have to do a whole stream explaining like opinions and what that means, because a lot of the time you'll see people making accusations and being like, well, that's just my opinion. And it's like, no, not all opinions are equal. And that's the reason why people put weight behind somebody who has a PhD, because they're expected to be more educated on whatever it is that they're speaking on. That's why, like, you're trying to...
We hope.
Right. Todd, do you wanna say anything?
I don't really worry about the hardcore trolls, like Trio and Menace, all the idiots.
They're a joke, yeah.
I'm more worried about the ones that flip flop, like Keon and stuff, like the ones that like are genuinely like duped into thinking that it's real.
You mean like Misha?
Yeah, like, I mean, that's why I was asking Steve if there should still be hope for people, that can flip flop and change their mind, But
yeah, what are you worried about for them?
Just I don't know.
Just a general sense of concern because it's so easy to be led one way or another, and when you're so easily led, it's very easy to be led into very unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, the manipulation is real, and it's sad, and like, I don't know, maybe mental health on top of all that, just because like the negativity is just real, it's just straight echo chamber of hate. Steve is not a healthy environment for people that are susceptible to that kind of stuff.
Exploratory minds, you got anything for us?
Well, it's getting late, so well, you're ending the show now anyway, so, but I don't think these haters are ever gonna stop. When they run out of a target, even if they don't target Steve anymore or whatever, if they run out of targets, they're gonna eat each other alive. They hate each other.
I hope they
basically. Yeah, well, they're just
you can't use flowery
tools.
Language like that. It means you literally want them to physically engage in cannibalism.
Oh God.
Yeah, just take it literal.
The mass ecstasy.
Yeah, I mean, they just literally use each other as tools in order to means to their ends, and there is no end because the end is just more hate, and I think they just hate themselves. What they're in love with is a fantasy image of themselves. Just like Kyle, the narcissism is unreal.
The syndicate.
Yeah.
They think themselves as internet vigilantes while also saying that they want lawful justice upon us, which is basically with the goal of us all ending up in jail, which is interesting because if you actually go by things like the letter of the law, people reported Steve fraudulently, and they've admitted to doing so, in which case, by the letter of the law, all of us have suffered the consequences. All of us have, we have been through whatever it is that you're requesting we've been through, because you're saying, hey, listen, I want these people to be punished by the letter of the law. We have, and we weren't punished because we didn't fucking do anything wrong or illegal. Sorry. You got your answer.
I don't think they're ever going to stop because...
God damn it, the FBI's back.
They're never going to stop because, how do you get this bad? You get this bad by, as Cheshire said I forget what stream it was, to quote Cheshire, just check yourself before you wreck yourself, and there's no there's no insight because other than the
self-awareness
of building a fantasy image. That's the only insight they got.
You mean it's a revenge fantasy? You mean everything that they're doing is like some vigilante justice revenge fantasy? Weird.
Well, look,
what do you got, Todd?
Unirock tweeted that due to the disrespect shown to Dr. Misha, I will be canceling my stream tonight to sit down with some YouTubers. Resolutions are on the way.
See, isn't that what I said was going to happen? Isn't that exactly what I said? Oh my God, she's been disrespected. Call the FBI.
I told her to sit down because she didn't
know
understand
anything about copyright law.
Better hire Nate the lawyer.
Oh,
God. He's gonna be there.
Oh, I mean, why not? Burns, you got anything for us?
It's been one hell of a stream tonight about all the flip-flopping and we're this.
It's been a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it has been a roller coaster. But yeah, it's like, they can't seem to stick to the facts. They want to.
You can't the facts. They cannot.
They can't the facts.
It's all fantasy.
Yep. Hashtag I can't the facts.
I can't the facts.
Here. I'm gonna read
just
you
glad
guys
I don't
something.
work tomorrow.
I just posted a challenge to Unirock. I said I'm one of them. I told her to sit down because she doesn't know TOS or copyright strikes. You want to talk to me? Give me a link.
Ooh, savage. He's not going to send you a link. You're going to have to get it through either Navy Text or Negative Exponents because he won't send you a link directly.
Cool,
if they even do.
One of them.
Glorious.
Cool. If one of those idiots wants to, go right ahead.
Rez, you got anything?
Hashtag your catafacts.
Oh my god. Paul! Are you there?
Well,
You
I
have
think
stuff to say?
I think the picture that I'm showing presently at the moment sums it all up, really.
I'll make it big for you. I need to drum up some old resolved drama. I need vape juice and Red Bulls, and I have no content otherwise. Womp womp.
Cockroach.
How much? I mean, I don't think I'm gonna care what most of Unirock and all of his streamer friends think. Friends. I'm using the term friends pretty loosely. I don't really give a shit.
Air quotes.
Let's wrap up a little bit here, and I'll get the last word in, and then we'll all say goodbye. I'm willing to have that conversation with Misha. It was offered at the beginning. She chose not to take it, and decided she wanted to go off in the chat, in which case I was forced to have the conversation with her in text and video, and I don't think that's really fair. I don't think that's really fair for either of us. So what I would, and I will leave open, is that she can talk to me, because, I mean, I understand not wanting to go into people's DMs. So she can message me publicly. She can leave a comment. She never got hidden. She can leave a comment on this video, or she can find another way to reach out to me on Twitter or something. I think I have her blocked right now, but if somebody lets me know that she tagged me to figure out when to do some kind of time, I'm more than happy. That way we can have the conversation in public. Everybody can see it. There can't be any accusations about anybody. There can't be any, like, harassment or anything that goes on, or any kind of, like, bullshittery. No fuckery afoot. The conversation... Yeah, people, it can happen in public. That way everybody's perfectly safe. And then we can set up a time and she can come and we can have a discussion. We'll have the same kind of discussion that I had with Gary. I am perfectly amicable to be able to have that kind of conversation. I have a history of being able to have that kind of conversation. I've done it in the past, I can do it again, and we'll do it sort of like a back and forth interview style. I'm not going to argue with her, I won't fight with her, I'm just going to have the exact same kind of conversation that I had with Gary, and I mean, maybe the same kind of conversation I even had with G-Man. So,
Wait, I think that uni thing might be to make sure that conversation with you never can happen.
I mean, that's certainly possible. I don't necessarily expect that this conversation will happen, but the offer is on the table. And so basically I'm offering, the reason I'm going to offer to have it here and not to a neutral party, because I'm sure people are going to bitch about that, is because she's the hostile party in this. She's coming in, she's the hostile party, so if she would like to come and confront me, she can come and confront me. I didn't mute Gary. I'm not going to mute her unless she starts, like, I don't know, screaming obscenities.
Wait till he does on unis.
Yeah, and I have a history, a history that anybody can go back and look at, of being able to perfectly have these conversations without any kind of issues when it comes to kicking people out or muting them or talking, like, being problematic in that way. So that is an open invitation for her. I'm not saying she needs to make that decision right away. We can have the conversation. We'll have a little chat about whether or not she thinks my stream was inappropriate and why, and YouTube etiquette and stuff like that if she would like. We can also talk about non sequitur, and we can talk about some issues with Kyle and whatever her problem is, because if I remember correctly, I think her problems with Steve started around some Katie Joy nonsense. But I would be happy to get that clarification from her, and we can actually see what she has to say. Last thing, as we get out of here, is if you guys, I admit we didn't actually end up watching very much of Negative Exponents videos. If you would like to continue that, and we can pick it apart clip by clip, because fucking why not, you guys let me know in the comment section or on Twitter. Yell at me if you want to do that, and I'll set up a whole nother stream and we can go back and watch it again, Dill. Or I guess watch it at all, because we didn't really watch very much of it, because it was kind of laughable. But whatever, if you want me to suffer and watch through that and kind of go through step by step about each point that I think he's trying to make and whatever, and then maybe he can make a response video if he wants, because I don't really care what his response video is going to be, to be honest, but other people might be interested. So you guys let me know in the comment section down below. Puck needs to go outside. He's starting to be a whiny little baby about it. And I'm gonna get out of here. So you guys wanna say goodbye?
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.